Here we go, 6 o'clock at the MJ Morning Show. So, no, I did not see Patrick Mahomes. No, I did not see Travis Kelce. No, I didn't see Tay-Tay. Oh, my God.
Where? What happened?
I was in Kansas City.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was in Kansas City for a blink. Well, I was through Kansas City. I got a lift to Topeka, Kansas. Talk about
Topeka, Kansas.
Did you just go?
Isn't that where the prison is?
No, that's Leavenworth.
It's near. It's on its way to Topeka.
I saw the signs for Leavenworth, but hey, do we have time to stop at Leavenworth? No, but I did have time to stop at Zona Rosa. I think that was the name of it. Zona.
Was that the restaurant? It sounds like a restaurant.
No, it's like this little area, and that's where I had to stop at Dick's Sporting Goods to get your shirt, dude.
Oh, I didn't know it was called Zona Rosa. Thank you, by the way.
Welcome to the, well, I got the shirt over here. I'll explain in just a sec. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Man, a lot of stuff going on. You know, that maniac in Maine is on the loose. another mental health issue. This Robert Card is who they're looking for, and he performed this maniacal mass shooting last night up in Maine. And I started getting crazy texts while I was on my Delta flight from Atlanta back to Tampa last night from a buddy of mine that is not far from Lewiston, one of my old high school buddies. I'll text him and see if he can come on this morning. And before this was anywhere, he had details like an hour before it made any news. My buddy's texting me. I'm on my Delta flight. You can receive text if you log on to the Wi-Fi on Delta. Texting works. I start looking at all the media like in Portland, Maine, and I'm looking at all the big TV stations. Nothing. Zero for like over an hour. And here's my buddy. He's like, yeah, mass shooting, bowling alley, bar, and he's got friends on the Lewiston Police Department up there. So I'm going to send my buddy Kyle a text and see if he can just make a quick appearance. This is an old high school buddy of mine. This is one of the guys I talk about, where we kind of rekindled our whole high school friendship.
Yeah.
And we have like four others where we were the best of friends back during junior high and high school. And we're pretty much in communication, sometimes texting in the group is every day. So he's got some insight on this thing. So I was coming back from Atlanta last night when this was starting to happen, and I had very early word on this. And this maniac shooter's on the loose up there. But, here we go again with a mental health issue. The guy reported hearing voices in his head back in the summertime and sought help. So it's another a mentally afflicted individual that obviously has some problems upstairs, goes on a spree. And a lot of these sprees that occur are people with mental problems and absolute mental illness issues. And, well, listen, I'm not going to get into a whole debate on this thing, but that seems to be a theme, that you've got individuals that have mental health problems, that the bulk of these mass shootings are those types of individuals. All right, 6:04 at the MJ Morning Show, just getting rolling. So why the hell was I in Topeka, Kansas? That's a weird place, man.
Is it? I've never been.
Listen, I stayed downtown, a block away from the Capitol. The legislature is not in session in Topeka, in Kansas. So the place is like a ghost town. I mean, seriously, it was like I was in some kind of weird, well, it all started. I landed at the Kansas City airport, and I'm like, what the hell is this airport? It's all abandoned. And I shot a video of this thing, and I'll get into more detail later on, but I shot this video on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, or if you haven't seen it yet, I'm Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And take a look at the video. It's only like a 20-second little video. I'm shooting out my window as the plane lands. I'm like, what am I, in a Walking Dead episode here? What is it, Langoliers or something? What's? I mean, the airport, the place is abandoned. I landed this airport. There's nothing, no planes, no people, no nothing. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, is this an abandoned airport? Anyway, yes, it was.
It really was.
Yeah, because Kansas City opened up a brand new airport like a year and a half ago or so. And the old airport, all the terminals, the gates, all of it's still standing. They haven't knocked it down. So when you land, you first see just like this ghost town. I even captioned my Instagram video, what is this ghost town airport where I just landed? So, but then you get to this nice new terminal, and it was pretty cool. So the Holland Group.
Yes.
The Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors, one of the sponsors here on the MJ Morning Show. They have a TV show, and there's an advisor company, and they have a huge TV studio out there, and they were shooting their 30-minute TV program, which runs on Channel 10.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Sunday mornings. It's like 11:30 on Channel 10, right after CBS's Face the Nation. The Hollands have a half-hour TV show for their advisory business, and they wanted me to come out and shoot some segments with them because I do a radio show with them. I record, a radio show every week with them that runs on our 1010. It runs on 970. I don't know. I don't know. Do they know I'm on the bone every weekend? Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yes, I'm on the bone from like 5 to 6 a.m. on like Sunday mornings or something.
Wow.
I knew that.
Look at you.
So I went out and shot a bunch of TV segments. So that's why I had to fly to Topeka, Kansas. And you can't really fly into Topeka unless you got like a private jet. So,
Yeah.
And I don't have one of those. So I flew into Kansas City, and then they had a car service pick me up, and it was like a hour drive to Topeka. But that place is a sleepy little place. And then Fester, on the way out yesterday, Fester says, "Hey, can you stop by a Walmart? I need a Jayhawks t-shirt."
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, what, 3, 4XL? What do you, no, I need a women's medium. I'm like, what?
Jayhawks, huh? You big Jayhawks fan?
Oh, rock chalk, man. Go Jayhawks.
Yeah, so I have the t-shirt over here. Where is it?
It's a whole story. It's a whole deal.
I'll tell you what.
You actually did it?
I have the Dick's bag here.
Yeah.
And it's a bag of Dick's merchandise.
Right,
I've got
right, a whole bag of it.
Got a whole bag of Dick's.
Pretty full bag.
Merchandise.
Did you make the driver stop at Dick's?
Yeah, I had the car service guy stop at Dick's at a place called Zona Rosa. I think that's what it was called. Zona Rosa, about 5 minutes away from the Kansas City, Missouri airport. So I'll do the Jayhawks presentation a little later on. And there is a backstory on why Fester had me stop at Dick's to grab him University of Kansas, KU.
You could have ordered one online, you know.
Yeah, but I need it by tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
It's a whole deal.
yeah, I'm the mule. I'm the Jayhawks mule. So I've got a women's medium. Can't wait to hear this story.
All right.
But I am back from a one-day trip to Kansas. So, yes, you can say, MJ.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
There you go.
Yes.
You're catch on fast there, guy. All right, just getting rolling. 6:08. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Busy show today. Back in a second.
Well, for about the last...
6:20 on a Thursday morning. Oh, Bucks tonight. Oh, short turnaround, man. Yeah, that's gonna work well.
So the Buccaneers are going to bookend two ass kickings really, really quickly together.
Oh, man. So, dude, you're chewing still. You're like making mouth noise. What kind of nuts are in your mouth, man?
Virginia peanut honey roasted. And I just bought this bag from Publix.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're fantastic nuts.
You just bought this bag from what? Where? What? Huh?
Publix.
I bought it from Publix last week when they were buy one, get one free.
Oh, I got you.
Because I don't pay regular price for anything.
I'll tell you what, if you want some good Virginia peanuts, you get Hubs. Those peanuts are the size of kumquats. All right, man? Those are big freaking peanuts.
Right.
Hubs. Look up Hubs.
I will.
Hubs peanuts. All right, so a couple of things.
Yes.
Later on, I got to present Fester with his Kansas Jayhawks women's medium T-shirt, which he asked me to grab on the way to the airport yesterday out in Kansas. So I will explain why. I'll give him the presentation. But also, there's more intel that I gathered, man. I've got a couple of things. I have some really good insight on Taylor Swift and this Travis Kelce romance. So I will get into that about an hour. You know, when we start the long segment at about 7:24, 7:25, somewhere in there. And for those that are listening now, the early listeners, highly appreciate it. Thanks for listening to the MJ Morning Show. But if you don't get a chance to listen later in the program, you got to figure that out. Because about 7:23 to 7:25, 7:26, depending on how we're running, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ every single day. That's an hour and 20 minutes. So we go from like 7:25 to like 8:45 and nonstop. No commercials, no music. It's just nonstop jammed up content here on the MJ Morning Show. So please make a note of it. Now, I got some intel. Seriously. I asked the question of numerous regarding Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and listen, there's some rabid fans out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas. It doesn't, whatever side you're on, and if you're within 200 miles of either, man, you're a rabid Chiefs fan. Anyway, back to the Bucks here quickly. Then I want to talk inheritance and the Fester deal. Well, it kind of ties in, but your prediction is what? Bills just absolutely just cream the Bucks tonight. Short turnaround. Bucks came off, that loss Sunday. And who'd they play Sunday?
They played the Falcons.
That's right, the Atlanta Falcons, and of course the Bucks. The Bucks gave up first in the division to the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday, and now great Thursday night football. Oh, it's Amazon Prime Night football, and it's a short turnaround. And the Bucks are playing the Bills, and Fester says not going to end well, right?
I don't know. I mean, they're playing in Buffalo. Kind of a tough place to play.
Yeah, it's not going to end well.
And Buffalo's a good team that's having a sucky year. They're 4-3, so who knows? But
I got a feeling it's going to be a little less sucky tonight.
Go Bucks!
Any given Thursday, man, you don't know. You
know
just
what?
Don't.
Any given Thursday. Listen to this. Listen. You're like one of the Manning brothers. You're the third Manning. You got Peyton. What's the other dude's name?
Eli,
yeah, and then who? Oh, you're Skitch Manning, right?
Yeah, I'm Skitch.
So it's the third brother.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm Skitch Manning.
So it's Froggy Skitch Manning. Anyway, what the hell was I going to say?
The football you're talking about tonight in the Bucks.
Anyway, so I know what I was going to say. They ought to just put the creamsicle uniforms back on for tonight as well.
They should, just like old times.
All right, Fester.
Yes.
Now, are you going to? If I ask you a question again about that whole inheritance deal, you're not going to stonewall me because
other than the fact that it exists.
Hold on a minute. You talked about this like a year and a half ago, and you were pretty open about it.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
I told you that it exists, but we don't get
into
stuff.
You talked money.
No.
You talked dollar figure.
No, he hasn't.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
anything
right.
I said
he told you personally.
Yeah, anything I said to you privately, I didn't share on the air.
Well,
the same way you wouldn't share your parents' inheritance to you.
All right. Sometimes maybe I confuse private conversations
you think?
with on-air conversations. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I thought this is pretty cool. What most people want to inherit from their loved ones. I would have thought that it's just like cold, hard cash,
That's too easy, though.
What do you mean, like a fancy old car? Stuff like that?
Yeah. I want the Franklin Mint Wizard of Oz plates.
Oh.
You know what? I mean, that means something to some families. MJ, I mean, the last thing I would want is to inherit somebody's whole house of crappy furniture that they've had for 100 years.
Yeah. Just like the cabinet of figurines, and how about Beanie Baby collection from Grandma or something? Yeah.
Those might be worse.
All right, now, here. Well,
You got Princess Di Beanie Baby. You're rich.
I think that's the only one.
The purple one?
I don't know. I think the Princess Di Beanie Baby is. Hey,
My mom has one.
Hey, go. Really?
Yeah.
Hey, go to eBay quickly. Hurry up. Go to eBay. And I'm just curious what the Princess Diana Beanie Baby, because a lot of people spent money on Beanie Babies thinking, oh, man, this is going to be my retirement fund. And, man, most of those things are worthless. You find those things for a nickel at a garage sale or something. All right, so you got to go to the search box. Right in there, type in Princess Di Beanie Baby. All right, let's see how much these things are going for. Yeah, let's see here. $900,000?
All right, first of all, or best
or
offer.
best offer. Okay, I'll give you $37 for it.
Here's another one for $2,500.
Okay.
With 88 people watching it.
There's one for $8,000. Now, listen, these are asks. You know, hold on. Don't touch the computer. What you do is you go to, like, completed and sold to see, like, what's been. So where the hell is that? I need completed and sold. Sold. Yeah, here we go. Show only completed, sold.
All right, so here you go.
Yeah, so, here's one didn't even sell for $99. Wait a minute, I don't think it's sold. Hey, you know what? I need to hit sold as well. All right, let me hit completed items and sold items because completed. Okay, here we go. Oh no, here's one that sold for $12.95. Wait, a pair of them sold for $15.50.
I mean, it depends on condition, but yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought these things were worth a fortune. And you got someone asking $900,000, and a lot of 10 Princess Diana Beanie Babies sold for $46. 10 of the freaking things.
Oh, I'd buy that.
What the hell on a popsicle stick? Oh, here's hold on. 5,000 crossed out. Best offer accepted. I'll give you $17 for that thing. Whoa, here's what. 2 of them sold for $5.99. All right. So we're believing all kinds of fantasy and unicorn crap here because all of us said, oh yeah, only Beanie Baby that's worth something is a Princess Di. Apparently not. Got a bunch sold for under $10 here on eBay. Anyway, so what most people want to inherit from their loved ones, 2,000 people surveyed. I feel like I'm on the Family Feud or something, you know, where they go,
somebody say Family Feud.
Yeah, 2,000 people surveyed. How many did they survey on the Family? It was like 100 people surveyed.
It was like always 100.
100 people surveyed. You know what that meant? They just sent some
5 people.
They sent some clown out to like the Hollywood Walk of Fame to ask tourists these things.
That's it, right? They make it all up.
Or they make it all up. Exactly.
Please. Like they're just going to send out people every day.
2,000 adults were surveyed, and they were asked, what would you like to inherit from your loved ones? And house or property came in at number 1, 65%, followed by a pet.
What?
A cat or a dog, 59%. What?
To be saddled with another dog.
What?
Or pet.
And then money. Money comes in at number 3 at 58%.
Who wants a pet?
53% would like a car, like a collectible or a car. That's like put together. Collectible or a car. Okay, great. Yeah, so this was conducted by Trust and Will. I think it's it's like a website where you can do trust. Yeah, and a lot of these surveys are done to, like promote or get some free press for some kind of company or operation. Yeah, let's see. I think those are the significant numbers here. But I wanted to kind of morph. We don't have a lot of time here, but Fester has this friend. And listen, you had no idea you'd have money coming your way when you first befriended this guy. Now, you met this old-timer.
He's an old-timer now.
Right.
I met him when he was young.
You met him when you were doing that on-the-grill, like, barbecue radio show when we were at the other radio complex across the street.
Yeah.
Right? You were doing, on the talk station, you did, like, a weekend barbecue show.
And I met this guy who, at the time, was a Master Kansas City Barbecue Society judge.
Oh, he was a judge.
And he would call in.
And he was like early 60s back then.
Yeah, young guy.
Or early to mid 60s.
He was in his early mid-60s.
Now he's in his mid 80s.
Yeah.
And it turns out that he kept in touch with Fester all these years. Fester is his only friend.
How about that?
He's got no relatives, no kids, nothing.
kids.
No relatives, zero. I mean, I don't know how that happens, but it did.
Well, you never marry.
Guess what?
You didn't marry. You had no kids.
Fester is Fester, because the guy has no heirs, no family. Fester wiggled his way in. I mean, not like scheming.
It's not wiggle. It's
All
something
right,
else.
all right. So he signed everything over to you in his last will and testament. Everything goes to Fester.
Yeah. I think I get like a 1987 Kia or something like that.
Wait, no. Come on, we got to talk about the cash.
I'm talking about cash.
All right, come on, mention.
There's a couple of bucks involved. The old man never married, never had kids. He saved
All
a
right.
few bucks.
All right, come on, give us. This is a great.
$20 million.
Okay, it's not 20
$20 million. I'm just biding
All
my
right.
time on this show
All right.
until the old man
Yeah, come on.
kicks off.
Stop being a wise ass. It's
couple
not
of
$20
bucks.
million.
It's a couple of dollars.
But hey, come on, give us a range.
I mean, it's between 0 and $5 million.
All right, stop. All right, it's
A couple of
all right, can I say it's six
couple of
figures? Can I say it's six figures?
barely by the
Don't-
hair
don't
by the hair
stop.
off of
No.
anybody's chin.
I don't.
Barely.
Listen,
6 figures, including the decimal.
no.
It's a
Anyway.
couple of bucks.
No, but listen, Fester, you're not scheming. I
Yeah.
mean, you didn't pull some kind of an elderly abuse wambuki scam lama ding. No, the guy, you've been friends with him. You had no idea that you'd have a nice little windfall coming your way at some point.
Yeah, at some point. I mean, one more thing has to happen before that point.
All right, well, listen, let's not talk about that. But Fester's about, man, it's like getting a pretty hot scratcher at Publix, man.
Yeah.
This could be a good win for you.
A couple of bucks.
Yeah, but Fester, who always is looking for an angle or stealing free breakfast from a hotel chain.
My biggest scam may not be a scam at all.
Right.
How about
Well, Fester's biggest scam is not a scam.
my biggest racket.
Just the guy you became friends with, and he's going to leave you everything.
Well,
And it's,
couple of things.
it's good. It's good money.
I mean, it's more than MJ will
See,
leave me.
I thought you said that. I thought you said it was like. I thought you said that on the air like a year
No,
ago.
I didn't.
No, I think you did.
No, I didn't say that on the
Yeah,
You see,
sometimes I confuse like conversations on the air with private conversations, which
yeah.
sometimes gets me in trouble.
well, listen, MJ, this is a good time to talk to people right now. If you are writing a will and you've gotten years of enjoyment from the MJ Morning
Dude,
Show.
don't pull my scam.
But no, I'm bringing back your scam.
All right,
he's
I mean,
doing it
not
for
just
you.
not just include me.
Right.
Of course, include me in your will. But
I've been asking this since like 1987, and nobody has put me in the will. I'm like, listen, if you got no family or you hate your family and you like me, MJ, put me in your will. Leave me money. Come on, leave me millions. Come on, let's do it.
spite your whole family and leave the estate to MJ.
Yeah, all
Oh,
right.
man.
Anyway, so Fester's going to get a nice chunk of chains, man. All right, I'll respect you and not say it's about $500,000. I won't say that. All right,
It's a little low.
6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news next. Stand by, man. I got a good pile of morons in minutes. Hey. You got the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 642. Early morons in the news. I think you ought to share the text fester that you just received from your wife. do you have a problem with that, or
Hold on. What do you want to do?
share the text that you just shared with me from your wife?
Nah, we don't share that stuff.
No.
She's only mad at you.
Hold on. Why did you not hear me the first time? Why did you just take your headphones off?
You know what? I think my cord is shorting out. And my headphones have been cutting in and out for the last couple
Why
of
don't
minutes.
you get a real pair of
Wait a minute.
headphones?
Are those the headphones that a listener gave you?
No, I broke those too.
Oh,
So
These are the same.
I went back to my $24.
Get a good pair of headphones, will you?
No way.
Oh, yeah. You
Makes
wouldn't-
sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to have a good tool for the job. Yeah, you like a carpenter and just buying crappy junk tools.
Listen, I got a line of credit at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. All right, so early morons in the news. I got the item here right up Froggy's alley. I don't know if this is really a morons in the news story, but I kind of want to do it early in the show so we don't offend audience members later on.
And this is up my alley.
Well, I just feel that if I have some more offensive type material, that it's better to do it earlier.
What logic is that? Offensive is offensive.
Yeah, this is one of those, self-help columns, or you write the columnist. Where do we get this? Oh, Dear Jane, and this is like an advice column that the Daily Mail has. The dailymail.com. Dear Jane, I had a mortifying accident on a first date. Now I'm too scared to ever go out with the guy again. Frog, you ready for this?
Oh, God, what?
Dear Jane, I went on my first date in 2 years, and something so mortifying happened that I haven't been able to go out with another guy since. I've never been very confident, and after I broke up with my ex-boyfriend back in 2017, it took me a while to get back into the game, to get the courage to join one of these dating apps, even after I set up a profile, blah, blah. Anyway, it just goes through the whole thing. So goes out on a date. Let me just cut to the chase here. Goes out on a date, and I guess they went out to dinner, and, the date, I guess, went fairly well. So the guy drops the woman off at the house, and the guy gives the woman a hug at the front door.
Oh.
Just a big old, like a squeezing hug, like, hey, had a great time, hope to see you again. So the guy gives the woman a hug, and during the process of the hug, I guess she got squeezed a little bit, and all of a sudden,
How long do they hug?
so kiss a little longer, hug a little longer.
Who's coughing? Is this real?
Oh, man.
Dude, what the hell was that? Dude, that was the longest thing I've ever heard.
That's what happened. And this woman goes on to describe that the guy gave her a hug, and really loudly, so loudly, and she,
it happens.
Was it just a sound, or was there some action?
I don't, listen, let's just stop right there. But, man, this woman's like mortified. I was so horrified. I stuttered something at him, ran inside where I broke down in tears of shame. He texted me the next day saying what a wonderful time he had, but there was no way I could reply. I felt disgusting and so horrifyingly hideous. Don't look, don't listen. I'm hideous. All right, I'm not going to play all 37 seconds of that again.
Wow. I want to make that my ringtone.
Yeah. But how about that? It really isn't a morons in the news story, but I just wanted to do it early. It's
Wow.
Listen, when you hug somebody, that's the risk you take, especially if it's a low hug.
Oh, man. Just pressing on the right area and just, woo! Tell you what, good mosquito repellent.
Tell you what, that's the reason why I quit karate classes.
Or not, maybe not. What?
That's the reason why I quit karate classes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because when we'd have to kick,
are you every time?
Yeah.
My God.
I want to see Fat Fester in a gi.
So, like, in 6th grade, I got my butt kicked several times. So my dad's like, I got to toughen you up. You're going to karate classes. And I took karate classes in, like, the community center. And every time he'd kick, at least once a class, I'd let one go. And it was,
Gosh.
All right, that's enough. Anyway, listen, that's why this is early content here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, we've got another Florida special here. A 23-year-old dude here in the state is facing charges. Cops say that he handed the pharmacy employee at a CVS store an armed robbery note demanding, among other things, Viagra.
oh.
What the hell? You think OxyContin and Viagra. Orlando. Orlando police said that Thomas Muse handed a written note to the pharmacist at the CVS store and said he had a gun and he would shoot them if he was not provided the pills that he had on the list. The note read, "This is a armed robbery." First of all, it would be "this is an." The armed is starts with a vowel, so you want to use "an" instead of "a."
Hey,
yes. Yeah.
Grammar aside, if he's asking for Viagra, it's obviously a stick-up.
Yeah, right.
That's the reason why I quit karate classes. Are you serious? Yeah, because when you hug somebody, that's the risk you take, especially if it's a low hug.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You know,
yes.
Viagra.
Or he's looking for the,
Nice.
Yeah, he's not looking for cold hard cash. He's looking for. Anyway, so he gives him a note. He said, and then also the note says, "Please cooperate. I don't want to hurt you. You are not to alarm anyone, or I will shoot the closest person to me. Please follow these directions, or I will shoot the closest person to me." What is he, Tommy 2 times there? Gonna get the papers, get the papers? I'm gonna shoot the closest person, shoot the closest person.
To me.
That's what it sounds like. So investigators described the robbery note as detailing a long list of very specific demands, 6 types of drugs. Yeah. Actually, he did demand oxycodone, hydrocodone, Xanax, Adderall, liquid codeine, and Viagra. Didn't end well for him.
Quite the combo.
Yeah, this dude, they I guess they tripped an alarm or something. Officers arrived as he was walking out of the store, and they took him into custody. Yeah, there's a little bit of a foot chase, but then they tackled the guy and took him into custody. What a schmuck. Early morons in the news on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Now, when we get back, 7 o'clock hour, a lot of stuff to cover. Coming up next hour, I got to get into what I learned about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce while I was traveling in Kansas City yesterday. So I'll share that with you coming up here in just a bit on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, one of our new great spots. Crew here. You know, like I teased a few minutes ago, typically when we've had school bus driver stories or, a lot of times even the teacher stories, it's the, bad teacher, bad school bus driver. We've had some recently where the dude's, swerving and, driving into a ditch and they find out the bus driver had a blood alcohol level like 0.12. I mean, that sucks. Oh, what was the bus driver story we had recently? Oh, the White Claw deal.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, there was was it Long Island? Like a bus driver for 20 years?
No, it wasn't a White Claw. It was like some seltzer.
It was like a White Claw, but
Yeah, basically.
No, I think it was a white. Hey, Fessa, bring up the hard seltzer bus driver story.
Maybe it was a White Claw.
I think it was a White Claw. Anyway, the bottom line is, yes, Smithtown, New York, right? Yeah, Long Island bus driver caught drinking on the drive. Roll that right there. No, New York Post. Go to the right there. Click on that. And folks, I'm going to flip the script because you know what? I've got a great bus driver story, and it's only fair, right? It's only fair that once in a while, if I stumble across a great bus, I've got to do it.
Fair and balanced news.
There you go. Here we go. A Long Island school bus driver caught drinking while bringing students home last week will not face charges because police believe her story that she grabbed a hard seltzer without realizing it was alcoholic. The 60-year-old driver, Amal Hanna, told News 12 Long Island that she is a total teetotal because she's undergoing chemotherapy for, oh, yeah, that's right, which also leaves her unable to taste if drinks are alcoholic. She said she grabbed a White Claw from the fridge she shares with a roommate, thinking that she was drinking a regular fruit-flavored seltzer while driving kids home from Smithtown High School West. It was just a mistake. It was a mistake. They fired her. Now, I don't think there's any word on whether she's been rehired.
I mean, she's been a bus driver for a long time.
Yeah, I think it was like 20 years or something, a long time. And listen, I think her story's believable. Some of those hard seltzers, I can see where you think that maybe it's just a, one of those low-calorie, fruit-infused, seltzer drinks.
I mean, seltzer tastes like such crap anyway.
What?
Oh, yeah, seltzer's awful.
Some of them are.
Ugh.
Dude, maybe you ought to have a zero-calorie seltzer every once in a while. I'm just
Instead of root beer.
Yeah, I'll have a seltzer when A&W comes out with it.
Festa drinks a whole 2-liter bottle of A&W root beer in one sitting.
That's right.
Like it's a little teacup full. You just...
I shotgun it.
Yeah, well, how many calories? So if you got about 160, 180 calories in a 12-ounce can, I mean, you're putting back how many calories in a 2-liter bottle?
I don't know, 2,000? 1,600?
Roughly 64 ounces. So how many?
8 cups?
Yeah, I mean,
jeez. Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's like you're knocking on 1,000 calories in that thing. It's all just dead sugar calories.
Says you.
You're like 1,000-pound sisters. I was watching 1,000-pound sisters the other day, and she was at the doctor.
Yeah.
And the doctor goes, "How much water do you drink a day?" She goes, "I never drink no water." And he goes, "What do you drink?" And she goes, "Sodies."
Sodies.
And he goes, "How many sodies do you drink?" And she goes, 20 to 30 a day.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is a 600-pound woman.
So the 1,000-pound, what is it? What is the name of the show?
1,000-pound sisters.
Is it 1,000-pound sisters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they still alive?
Yeah.
One of them.
No, I think what?
Did one
die?
check out?
It's only 500-pound sister now.
All right, so
I don't know.
So you were what network does this show run on?
Oh, it's on TLC. It's great.
Yeah, but one of them weighs like 200 pounds.
The one weighs like 800
pounds.
So they're 1,000
So
pounds.
what? Which was the? Oh, she's wearing a purple dress. Oh, really?
She looks like
Grimace.
Grimace, yeah.
Oh my God.
I love her.
I could probably find you the clip.
So which one was at the doctor?
Which
talking
one do
about,
you think?
So the 800-pound one was talking about drinking 20 to 30 sodies?
She calls them sodies. She doesn't drink any water. How is that possible? How can you not drink water and just drink soda?
Sodies.
All right, so they apparently fused her mouth shut, and now she's down to...
No, they didn't.
They didn't fuse her mouth
What do you mean
shut?
they fused her mouth shut?
Just soldering iron?
You're talking about Tammy of the 1,000-pound sister girls.
Right.
It is estimated that Tammy currently is down 375 pounds
Wow.
to 400.
She dipped below 400.
Yeah, good for her.
So
Dude, she's at your weight now.
Pretty much.
Wait a minute. She was up near 800 pounds?
Yeah, the other one weighs about 200, and the other one's 800. It's 1,000 pounds. Math doesn't have to be equal.
Oh, my God. So, wait a minute. You got a 200-pound woman, which is pretty common. Hold on a sec. So,
One sister's 200
I
pounds.
got it, but that's pretty unremarkable. So why is it the 1,000-pound sisters?
Because they equal 1,000.
Well, but that's a stretch. It ought
Well,
to
they
just
probably
be.
couldn't find two 500-pound sisters.
It ought to be like my 800-pound life or something.
Yeah.
That's what it ought to be. You don't throw in the gratuitous 200-pound lightweight
Yeah.
sister.
What does she get any
You throw
attention?
her,
Come on.
throw her a producer credit or
Give me a
something.
break.
Make her a star.
Oh my! You realize I haven't even gotten to the good bus driver
What
story
is the
yet.
good bus
All right.
driver story?
Listen, I think this is a great story. A Dallas, Texas bus driver saved a 7-year-old kid on the bus who was choking on a quarter.
Oh.
Oh, how'd that happen?
What the hell's I understand like a 1-year-old or
Yeah.
a 2-year-old putting crap in their mouth, but why is a 7-year-old putting a quarter in their mouth? Anyway, so here's the deal. And I thought this was a nice story. 7-year-old boy has declared his Dallas, Texas bus driver a hero when she saved his life after he swallowed a quarter. Yeah, Preston, they're redacting the last name. They're not using it, but Preston was having a good old time on the bus, laughing with friends. All this was caught on surveillance video because a lot of buses have surveillance video in the country. Did I see something new like in Hillsborough County that not all buses have cameras, but they're going to install cameras on every single... Did I just dream this or make it up? Am I pulling it out of my butt? Or did I see... Yeah, Hillsborough County Schools bus camera. Yeah, see, I thought there was a story recently that cameras will... I know what it is. Hillsborough County buses are going to get cameras to capture the outside of the buses, to capture the video and the license plate numbers of the stop sign runners.
Good.
Yeah, that's what. Absolutely.
That's how a kid gets hit.
I 100% support this. You have these dingbats. I mean, you got these, really disgusting, vile motorists that when the red flashing lights come on a school bus and that school bus stop sign arm comes out, you've got idiots. Oh, man, it's like they're trying to beat the train. You got kids getting on and off these buses, and I hear it all the time from the cops I know about the school bus red flashing light runners. Man, that's a low form of human puke that does that. And then Hillsborough County, they're going to, what was the, I know I saw the story here.
So maybe a week ago?
Bay News 9. Click on the up. Click on that link right there. And I still have to get to the rest of the good story here. Yeah, some really cool equipment, like these side-mounted cameras from Bay News 9. Hillsborough County Public Schools announced a major initiative. When was this published?
Last week.
Yeah, October 19th. I knew I saw this recently. Hillsborough County Public Schools announced a major initiative to improve student safety by installing cameras on all of the district's school buses. The cameras will capture the license plates of drivers who illegally pass stop buses. The district is the first in Florida to equip its entire fleet with this technology beginning in February. Violators caught on bus patrol cameras could face a $200 fine. I'll tell you what. You ought to face a punch in the freaking face is what you ought to face. You run one of these school bus stop arms or the flashing lights. You ought to be hit in the face with a log. Those logs they sell outside of Publix?
One of those.
Those fireplace logs?
Yeah, sure.
Fire log.
Like the fire stick, whatever they call it. It's like,
Pre-chopped.
$7.99, $8.99 a bag.
For a cord.
Yeah, I'd drop that over your head. Now, but anyway, back to the good story here. Preston, elementary school student, was having fun with his friends The footage shows him put something in his mouth. Why would a 7-year-old kid put first of all, filthy, dirty coinage? Why would you put that in your mouth? The elementary school student thought he was going to throw up, rushed up to the driver, Raquel Radford Baker. He appeared to be sick, like he was going to throw up. I opened the door and said, "Go throw up." But then, I guess nothing happened. He would tell her that there's a coin in his throat. The bus driver then jumped into action, grabbed Preston, and performed the Heimlich.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as she rushed to the sidewalk, she said, "Man, he can't die in my arms. I had to save his life." And surveillance footage shows the moments that the driver had performing the life-saving technique, the Heimlich, several times. And then the quarter just went, just launched right out of the kid's face.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like getting change out of a vending machine.
Right?
It's like,
The little return coin slot.
I hit the return coin button. In this case, it was like, pressing on his stomach, doing the Heimlich, the right below the xiphoid, right? Is that what you grab there and do the kind of the in and the up to try to get the bah, to come out? Anyway, listen, we've always had bad bus driver stories. I thought it'd be great to have a good bus driver story.
Absolutely.
Look at that. Don't you feel good now?
I feel like I want to eat coins around bus drivers. I feel so safe.
When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ, including something I learned about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift while I was in Kansas yesterday. That true story. And then, I witnessed a miracle. Folks, do you believe in miracles? Do you believe in miracles? Yeah, I got a miracle, man. I'm not one for miracles, but man, now I am. I witnessed a miracle. Folks, this is incredible. What did I witness? All next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Don't move. on Q105, 725. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I witnessed a miracle. Well, you know what? Let me not sell this short. Not one, not two. I witnessed 3 miracles, and I'll explain in just a matter of moments. Hey, Froggy, is this
Yes.
safe time to talk to you about something?
No. Well, I guess, yeah. What do you want to talk to me about?
Edibles.
What about them?
Hang on. All right, the miracle in just a minute. Actually, 3 miracles. And I mean, folks, I'm a believer now. Maybe I was a little, teetering as far as whether I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
What'd you do? What'd you see?
Hold
you
on.
sexy thing.
Hang on.
Isn't that I believe in miracles? I believe in miracles.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you go?
You sexy thing.
What'd you say to me?
Yeah. All right, so hang
I am
on.
sexy.
My miracle story times 3 in just a matter of moments. First, though,
Yes.
I just want to talk about edibles for a second, Froggy. So it's 7:27. This is safe time, right?
I guess we're in a safety harbor.
Right. Well, there's like, there's certain things, with Froggy that, I try to, keep within a certain time. But I just want to just make sure. Now, you've got an edible here and there, right? Because you do have a medical marijuana card for your various afflictions.
Every here now and then I'll take them. I've taken a couple days ago. I took one because of my back issues.
Okay. So
And it helps.
I hope that these edibles are secured because you guys have a couple of dogs.
Yes.
And
No, they're in a gun safe.
all right. They are?
Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, so they're locked up.
Yeah.
All right. Because I saw an item and I immediately thought of you because a woman up in Michigan, she was mauled by her Rottweiler after she actually voluntarily fed the Rottweiler a THC gummy.
Why would she do that?
Now, wouldn't that mellow the dog out?
You would think it would put him to
Yeah.
sleep.
I just want to do a little public service announcement here that if you have some edibles hanging around, then you got some dogs, or listen, probably even more importantly, you've got kids.
Yeah.
Make sure that your kids don't have access to the edibles. I just saw this Michigan woman was mauled by her pet Rottweiler.
That's weird. I wonder why it affected him like
But
that.
listen to the story. It was a vicious hour-long attack.
Wow.
Goodness. You couldn't
That's
get
awful.
away?
I mean, what was worse, this or Travis the chimp? Anyway, she, I guess, had her face like mauled. Her house was a mess. Her whole house was covered with blood. The carpet was just, tell you
Golly.
what, zero res, man. I don't know if they've got a franchise up in Michigan, but she fed the Rottweiler a THC, which is the active ingredient inside marijuana, which gets you high, and it was a THC-laced gummy. The woman told police that 2-year-old Blau,
The dog's name is what?
Blau, B-L-A-U, Blau.
Okay. It's a weird name.
She told the cops that the dog pounced on her almost immediately after she slipped him the THC gummy. The THC is the actual psychoactive substance inside marijuana, and it is toxic, and it can actually kill a canine.
Yeah, not this one.
No, this one turned into freaking Cujo on her face. Man, this was rough. So she gives the dog the THC edible gummy. The dog followed the owner, the woman, into the bathroom while she was on the toilet, ripped her off the seat. She's in the bathroom. She's sitting down. She's popping a squat. She's sitting there. The dog, who had just been given a THC gummy, rips her off the toilet.
All right. So this dog's been captured or by animal services.
82-pound canine, Rottweiler. Apparently, according to the police report, she battled for roughly an hour inside the house, which is in Gaylord, Michigan, about 50 miles south of Sheboygan.
Oh, that's up north.
Yeah, I'd love to say Sheboygan.
I love to say Gaylord.
She was finally able to lock herself in her bedroom, and the dog apparently went on to rip the house apart.
She's just a bloody mess.
She's a mess, blood everywhere. She gets yanked off the toilet midway.
Golly, can I have some privacy?
All right, so the public service announcement here on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Andrew, do we have the More You Know NBC thing? Can you let me know when we have that?
Yes.
Yeah, this is like a, da, 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 the more you know about not giving your dog a THC-infused gummy. Yeah, she called 911 to report the attack. By the time EMS and animal control officers arrived, Blau was subdued, not barking or growling. So I guess the dog got like really aggressive and nasty for an hour, and then by the time she was able to get to a phone, dog was all mellow.
Yeah, the gummy kicked in.
Yeah. There you go. The more you know. Don't give your dog an infused gummy because it could rip your face off and wreck your house. And make sure that gets in the public service announcement file, would you please?
All right,
I
so
think that's our quota for the month.
in the past, I've only owned Chihuahuas, so I don't know anything about dogs larger than a loaf of bread. Are Rottweilers like really aggressive dogs?
Rottweilers are on the list of dogs that can be aggressive, but I tell you, I've known numerous Rottweilers. Yeah. When I lived in Los Angeles back in 89, 90, 90, part of 91, and I was working for a radio station out in L.A., my landlord, I lived in a triplex in Hollywood, old 1926, 27 house. It was cool. And I had a triplex, so 2 units downstairs, and he had the whole upstairs. It was really cool. And he had a Rottweiler, and that dog was the sweetest dog in the world. Just an amazing, friendly, sweet dog. I didn't see 1 ounce of aggression. If somebody knocked on the door, great sounding guard dog. But I never saw 1 bit of aggression out of that dog. It was a really, really sweet Rottweiler. Listen, a lot of breeds, I think, get a bad rap, and I think Rottweilers are in that category.
Yeah, so are Chihuahuas.
All right, 7:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a best of yesterday because I had to roll to Kansas City. I had to go do a little TV shoot, had to shoot some segments for the Hollands, the Holland Group Retirement Wealth Advisors, one of our big sponsors here on the MJ Morning Show. And I went out to shoot some TV segments with them for the TV show, which runs on Channel 10, CBS here in Tampa Bay at 11:30 a.m. on Sundays, right after Face the Nation on CBS. And don't look for me until early next year. So I'll be because we just shot them yesterday, so these will be the new shows that begin running, I believe, in January, if I'm not mistaken. But so I was out there. I shot a bunch of TV segments. I flew from Tampa to Atlanta on Delta, and then Atlanta to Kansas City. And listen, I'll tell you what, I got lucky. Everything ran like on time or early. Everything, and I had 4 planes. I had Tampa to Atlanta, Atlanta to Kansas City, then back, Kansas City back to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Tampa last night. Everything was like on time or early, so it was perfect. It was fantastic. So, couple of things. Well, I did post on my Instagram. Folks, if you don't follow my Instagram, you should, because I took a picture of myself pointing over my shoulder at the Kansas State Capitol building in Topeka, where I was. I was in Topeka.
What else is in Topeka besides the Capitol?
Not much. So I'm pointing at the Capitol over my shoulder, and very sleepy downtown. It was a little creepy, actually. Very sleepy, creepy downtown. But, the whole creepy thing started when I landed in Kansas City. And I shot a video. It's on my Instagram. We land, and we're taxiing. I'm like, did we just go back in time, or did the apocalypse happen while we were in the air? So we land in Kansas City, and as we're taxiing, the whole airport's abandoned. There's not one living soul anywhere. There are no airplanes, no tugs, no ramp workers, nothing. I'm like, what is this place? In fact, Fester, do me a favor.
Sure.
Go ahead and unmute it and then bring up, go ahead and reset, and go, play. All right, hit it. All right, here, listen.
I just landed in Kansas City. Why does this airport look freaking abandoned?
I said, what is this airport? It's freaking abandoned.
Maybe it is abandoned.
And then and you got to see this. It's just creepy. And then I say, I feel like I just landed in a Walking Dead episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it was weird. I'm looking for the walkers, So it turns out that this was the old Kansas City airport, which they haven't torn down. They opened up the new airport like a year and a half ago. And it's just creepy. If you want to see the video, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And if you don't follow me, give me a follow. So, a couple of other items here. Because I announced on my Instagram that I had to go to Kansas City and then to Topeka, I had a bunch of people DM me. I had emails. Hey, did you run into Travis Kelce or Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
No. I don't think they'd be, at the airport. I think they'd be flying private. Yeah,
That would be a coincidence.
I don't think I'd see them at baggage claim as I walked out to the curb to try and find the car service that was picking me up. So no, I did not see Travis Kelce or Taylor Swift. However, I did ask both of the car drivers, and also I asked the makeup people. So we shot in this really cool TV studio. They had hair and makeup there, the whole shebang.
What'd they say when they saw your hair?
Well. Oh, they said it was fantastic. They loved it. All right, so here's the deal. First thing I ask, I get into the car, and the car service is waiting for me down at baggage claim. He's holding up a cell phone that had like my name scrolling on the cell phone. Is there an app for like car service pickup guys where you put the client's name and it just scrolls?
I used to have the scrolling neon sign. It's an app you can get.
Yeah, so the guy's holding up the thing, and it's my name on there, and I get in the car, everything's great, and we're making some small talk, and I just kind of let it rip. I said, "Hey, you're obviously a Chiefs fan." He said, "Oh yeah, man." They're very rabid fans in Kansas City, Missouri, and the Kansas side. And I said, "Hey, what do you think about this whole Travis Kelce Taylor Swift deal?" And he said, "Biggest," and they used the F word, "distraction ever." So
yeah,
the driver's a great driver, and he says to me, "This is the biggest distraction that we've seen in Kansas City Chiefs football in his memory."
Aren't they winning?
Well, but he says, just go away. He told me that everyone he knows, everyone is sick of the whole Taylor Swift infusion. And the fact that she's in the skybox, and they show her 26 times a game, doing her contrived little smiles and her gestures, and and if you're watching MJTV, you saw me completely emulate and mimic Taylor Swift perfectly. No, he told me everyone he knows, it doesn't matter the age, the gender. Everyone he knows is just sick of the whole Taylor Swift thing and just go away. Then I asked the makeup women. I'm like, let me. I'm in the green room or in the makeup room yesterday for this little TV shoot, and you have the makeup woman, and then you have the hairstylist woman. I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing with the Kansas City Chiefs? And they're like, yeah, it's getting old. Enough is enough. So both of them. Then on the way back to the airport, where I had to stop at Dick's.
Yes.
I have a bag of Dick's merchandise. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No, finish the sentence.
I've got a bag of Dick's merchandise right here that I brought for Fester, so we'll explain that here in a second. So on the way back, I asked the driver, hey, what do you think about this whole Taylor Swift, the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce? And same thing, just went on a rant. We just want football. We don't care about. So the bottom line, every single person that I asked from the Kansas City area about the Taylor Swift injection, they're like, just enough is enough. Go away. All right, I'm going to get to my miracle in just a moment. First, though, let me open up my bag of dicks. All right?
Merchandise.
Merchandise. Oh. And, here's the receipt.
How much was it?
$31.81 with tax.
Ugh.
Yeah, $28.99 plus $2.82 tax. But Fester, I'm not gonna make you pay.
Oh,
you
what?
know,
Oh,
no, you listen. You picked me up. You dropped me off. You took me to the airport the other day. So so Fester sends me a text. Fester says, "Hey, need you to do me a favor. Can you stop at Walmart on the way to the airport tomorrow and pick me up a Kansas Jayhawks shirt?" I'm waiting for him to say 3X, 4X.
4X.
No, women's medium. I'm like, what are you gonna squeeze into this thing? Like we put you into that the Wander Franco jersey. Remember that?
I returned that, by the way.
You returned.
I returned it to Walmart.
That thing was stretched to the gills.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Fester saw a Wander Franco jersey at Walmart. And what size was that?
It was a medium.
It was an adult
medium.
It was an adult medium, and we had Fester put it on.
Made you look so thin.
I know. It felt good.
Oh man, you were busting out of it. You returned the shirt. Why didn't you tell me this?
You know what? I was at Walmart, and it's been in my trunk ever since. And you know all the crap I have in the trunk of my car. And I'm like, I go to Walmart. I'm like, hey, I got a couple of things I should return to Walmart. And I was like, hey, there's the Wander. And it was like $28 for that shirt
Right.
as well. I returned it, got my money back.
All stretched. You busted threads out of the seams.
The tag was still on it. They didn't care. And Walmart now does digital receipts. I had all the receipts on my
wow.
phone. It was great.
Right. Anyway, so, well, can I return the Jayhawk shirt to like a local Dick's?
Yeah, of course. Save your receipt.
They'll take the Kansas shirt back.
I don't need it after tomorrow.
Oh, are you serious?
I mean, well, tomorrow's the primary day I needed it
Hold
for.
on. Well, I'll give you the receipt. You return it
I could have ordered one online, but I couldn't
Right.
have gotten it by
in time.
In time.
So Fester sends me a text yesterday. Hey, can you do me a favor? Stop at Walmart on the way to the airport. I need a Kansas Jayhawks, from a KU shirt. And I'm like, what? All right. First of all, here's the shirt. I'm holding it up to MJ TV.
That's a good looking shirt.
It is. It is actually a very nice looking shirt. It's a very soft cotton, and it's a women's shirt. It's got kind of like the little bit of the rip down the front of the neck collar area.
Yeah.
So it's a cool looking shirt.
You could have got that at the airport, probably.
No, the airport's twice the price. Yeah. Oh, you don't buy anything at the airport.
Yeah.
You buy a pack of Lifesavers, it's $19 at the airport. What are you talking about?
Yes. So I needed the Kansas Jayhawk
Why?
shirt. Tomorrow, Friday,
Yep.
at my daughter Hadley's school
Yep.
is Heritage Day. Right? Heritage Day. So my heritage, my contribution to my daughter is Italian. So she's like, hey, I want to dress up like an Italian, because you have to dress up and bring something of your culture and make a little report.
Dress up like Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Worse. I told her I'm going to get her a full length.
Do her hair in the silver fox, the streak like Paulie Walnuts had.
I ruined it because I was like, listen, this is great. You can dress up like an old Italian woman in a full length dress, and you carry a stock pot of sauce. And and I kind of pissed her off. I told her she could go as like a gumata or something. And she was she got mad at that. And she goes, no.
Right.
And Allison's from Kansas.
Oh, Allison's from Kansas?
Yeah, she was born in Kansas City, but her
I
family's
didn't
from
know
Wichita.
that. Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And she's like, I want to represent my mother's heritage.
Allison's all pissed at me, by the way.
Well, yes.
Why?
Michelle will be pissed at you too if she knew.
Because an hour ago at 6:30ish,
You're not helping anything.
I was talking about Fester's inheritance from his buddy.
She brought up a list of financial things she'd like to talk about involving you.
Yeah.
Yes.
She texted.
Oh, she got mad about that?
Yeah,
Everything from-
Allison. Listen, I
Why
love
she mad
Allison.
about that?
I've got no issue with Allison, but Allison sent the text to Fester. Tell MJ to shut the bleep up.
Why
my
the F is he talking about this? Ask him about this. Let's talk about his parents' inheritance to him.
Oh.
Let's talk
Wait, what?
Anyways, and I still love Allison.
All right,
so
good.
So Allison's from Kansas. So for Heritage Day, Hadley, your daughter, is going to wear the Jayhawks Kansas T-shirt I picked up at Dick's.
Yes.
Just 5 minutes from the Zona Rosa, I think was the area.
Okay.
The Dick's Sporting Goods in Zona Rosa, Missouri, in the Kansas City area. Just before I got to the airport, we stopped at Dick's.
So, I mean, Heritage Day is supposed to be like I told Hadley, I was like, listen, it's supposed to be the country your people are from. I mean, she has kids who are from all over the world in her school, and there's going to be a lot of countries represented. And Hadley goes, look, I'm an American. we're from Kansas. And I was like, hey, you're right. Good.
All right,
good,
so here you go.
Good call,
You
kid.
throw this over there.
There we go. Good
There's,
job.
There's it. You asked me to do it, and I came through for you.
Thank
all right.
you. Oh, this is a nice shirt.
Listen, the fabric's great on that.
Oh yeah.
I still like the Polly Walnuts idea.
You know what?
Gotta return that to Dick's at West Shore tomorrow,
If I-
or on Monday. Monday, just bring it back on Monday,
Bring it
okay?
back. Yeah, sure.
All right. Are you ready for the? What do you say, Froggy? You like?
I said I still like the Polly Walnuts idea.
I'm telling you.
That would be better.
Yeah, I think it would be as well.
Teach her how to.
She has pinky ring on.
You have her do all Goomba stuff and yeah.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Dropping off
hey.
slices of gabagool.
Yeah. Oh, gabagool.
Yeah, right?
She could bring up a gabagool platter.
Yes.
I got the gabagool. You got the gabagool. I got the gabagool. You want some gabagool? You got the gabagool. All right, now on to the miracle, folks. I witnessed. Hey, Andrew, I meant to. I need the miracle. God music. See if you can find it. I think we got some miracle. I don't know what it's listed as.
Holy miracle music?
Yeah, holy music, miracle music. Yeah, it should be in the computer. You know, it's like the Blues Brothers. Do you see the light? It's da 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 da. Watch, Andrew won't be able to find it. All right, so here's the deal. I witnessed an absolute miracle. I got to be honest. I'm a pretty skeptical guy. Do I believe in miracles per se? Okay, miracle on the Hudson. Sully. That was a miracle, but he's also was a very skilled pilot with that Airbus 320. Miracle on the Hudson.
Yeah, Froggy landing the plane that way would be a miracle.
So here's the miracle that I witnessed, and folks, this is amazing. I maybe at 35,000 feet. I mean, you're closer to God, right? So, is there a higher percentage of miracles that happen at altitude? Here's what happened. It's not just one miracle. Froggy, I witnessed 3 miracles yesterday.
That's pretty amazing, I'll say.
Here's the deal. There were 6 wheelchairs that got loaded onto my flight from MCI, Kansas City, to Atlanta yesterday. Why are you snickering like mumbly over there from Wacky Racers?
As soon as you say the wheelchairs,
Let me hear that. Let me hear that wheezy thing again.
It's just like the other one.
All right, so
You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, I'm close to
you're
death.
gonna pull something over there down to the crotch area.
Is this the sound effect you're looking for?
Oh, yeah, man. Let me, just go ahead and play it. Hit it. Go ahead. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. That works. Yeah.
This is an angel heavenly choir
Or-
singing sound effect.
Or we could also just play the intro to The Righteous Gemstones
Yes.
from HBO. That would work as well. Here, give me that. Get that miracle thing all queued up and ready to go.
Okay.
I put it on loop. Put it on. Just get ready to roll. Just get it queued up.
Is
All
there
right?
a loop feature?
So, no, I don't think there is. All right. So anyway, here's the deal. 6 people in wheelchairs were lined up to get on the plane. They're wheeled on. They're all lined up in a row. I counted them. 1, 2. It's not like a flight from New York to West Palm Beach. You got 27 wheelchairs lined up for that one. And there are also a lot of miracles that happen on that flight as well. But here's what happened. I'm telling you. 6 wheelchairs lined up. 6 people pushed down the jetway onto the airplane in the wheelchairs to get them boarded on the aircraft. 6 people, 6 wheelchairs. Guess what? Only 3 wheelchairs on the pickup in Atlanta. That means like an Ernest Angley show. Evil spirits come out! Woo! Woo! I mean, throwing the walker into the audience and everything. So,
my gosh.
3
They were
people.
healed.
3 people on my Delta flight yesterday were healed at 37,000 feet.
Thank you, Lord.
Tell you what, the Lord works in mysterious ways there, Fester.
There's only one explanation.
Oh. Yes, what is the explanation, Froggy?
Jesus was on the flight. He must have.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus,
That's right.
take the yoke. What was I on? I was on a Boeing, so it'd be a yoke, not this. Airbus has the stick. The Boeings have the center yoke. So, hey, no yoke. 3 people were cured, and they went on the plane in a wheelchair, and they were able to walk right off the plane. So it's a miracle, I tell you. They were healed. A total. What the hell's this now?
This is
this is spooky.
You let it go to something else.
It rolled to the next sound effect. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'll go back.
Yeah, go back.
This is a cool.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Go ahead and put that in the computer, Andrew. Get this because
free copyright free sounds.
How about that? So total miracle on my Delta flight yesterday. So I just thought it was worth bringing up.
That's a high closing percentage for the Lord.
Oh, hey, we didn't talk about this last week, but this just reminded me. There's an item that I kind of scribbled down, and with all of this, the wheelchair talk. This just brought back the item that I didn't do.
Yes.
Was it last? No, it was Monday or Tuesday. It was earlier this week because you sent me a little email that you're in trouble because you bought Billy Joel tickets. But
all right.
So what's going on here?
All right. So I screwed up. Last Friday, a week ago.
What a shocker.
A week ago.
Fester is screwed up.
Listen, a week ago today.
Yeah.
Tickets went on sale for Billy Joel and Sting.
No, I think it was tomorrow will be a week.
Oh, we could go tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We could go tomorrow.
Today's Thursday.
Okay.
Tomorrow's Friday.
All right, so a week ago, tickets go on sale.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big Billy Joel fan. I'm a tolerable Sting fan. And I was like, you know what? I think I'd like to go to this concert. And I don't like to go to many concerts, but I think this might be the last time.
Billy Joel and
it's gonna be
Sting, Raymond James Stadium.
Every
February 24th.
I'm leaving after a message in a bottle.
So every time I see Billy Joel.
Who goes first? Does Sting go first?
Of course Sting's going to go first.
I
don't know.
Anyway, I saw Billy Joel with Elton John half a dozen times. Every time I see Billy Joel, I think it's going to be the last because I think he's going to, drive into a tree or something. And
I think the alcohol and the driving is behind them.
Well, no, he has a driver. Anyway.
Okay.
I said, you know what? I'm going to buy tickets to this concert.
So you bought tickets.
I'm on Ticketmaster app. The show ends. Tickets went on sale at 10 o'clock. I forgot about it.
Last Friday.
Till a couple minutes. Like, oh, my God, it's 10:10. I got to get on the app. I get on the app. I put my information in. I log on. I'm 17 back in the queue. I'm thinking, okay, that's pretty good.
Number 17 in the queue.
Not bad.
Within 2 minutes, I'm up.
I wonder what that means. I wonder what that means for demand. If at 10:10.
Yeah, for Taylor Swift, you wouldn't even be able to get on
That's
there.
what I was thinking about. I've never bought a ticket through the app before.
Taylor Swift, you probably wouldn't even been able to get on the app. It would have crashed. Or if you were able, you would have been like number 317,562 in line for the Taylor Swift tickets. All right, so that's only 17 in line.
In front of me. So
right.
Within a minute and a half, I'm up. And I get the whole pick of Raymond James Stadium. I could see what seats are available. I could pick any one I wanted.
Fester buys the cheapest seats in the house.
I don't buy the cheapest seats.
Obstructed view.
No, there's no obstructed views in Raymond James Stadium. It's a fantastic place to see a concert. So I look at the floor first. And they're like, $500 each.
Wow.
And I'm like, you know what? That's a lot of money.
I like Billy Joel. I like Sting. I'm not dropping $500 a seat.
And then I remember, I was like, I've been to a couple of concerts where I sat like on the side, and sat in the bleachers, but I sat on the side, and I've enjoyed that. So I looked in the lower bowl area, and they were still, $300 each. I'm like, all right, it's a little bit much. So then I see the upper level of Raymond James Stadium, which is still a good seat.
Yeah, 100 level, 200 level,
This
300
is the
level.
300 level.
300 level?
Hold on. Front row, 300 level.
Oh, you're still up kind of high,
right,
though.
but you could see everything.
All
You're
right.
up high. You see the whole stadium. You see the whole stage. I mean, if you're down low, you miss half the stage if you're off to one side. So I'm thinking, okay, I could deal with, maybe
how much were the 300 level seats?
like $200 each. 100.
That's still expensive.
I know. So, right.
God, for third level?
Okay, I knew this was going to be several $100s, but I was like, you know what? This is, I want to do this. I want to go to this. I think the total came to $469 or $416, 406 somewhere.
Right.
Because they had their service fee, I had $400 some odd for the whole thing. they have my card on file. I run it. Boom. You're going to the concert. And I'm thinking, great.
Boom. You're in.
So I'm
Have
thinking,
you told your wife you were going to get the tickets, or is this like a big surprise?
So, well, I was thinking the concert's like on February 24th.
It's not like on February.
Well,
it is on February 24th.
And Valentine's Day is like on February 14th.
I think it is on February 14th.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I was like, this would make a nice
Like
Valentine's
Christmas is like on December 25th. Yeah.
Or give or take.
Yeah.
Right around there. So I'm like,
25, 24, 26.
This would make a nice Valentine's Day gift. You get her some box of chocolates that I would end up
All right,
eating.
so
get her
cut to
some
the
flowers.
what's
Give
the
it to me.
of course, if it's Fester, it's a problem. Oh, that's a good slogan.
Yeah.
If it's like with a name like Smuckers, it's gotta be good.
With a guy like Fester, it's always a problem.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I hold now 2 tickets, front row, 300 section.
Mhm.
Wow.
The front row is the wheelchair row.
Oh, so you have no seats?
I don't know.
Oh no!
You gotta get a wheelchair.
Oh no!
I have 2 spots in the wheelchair row.
I'll get the Delta wheelchair porters from the airport to roll you guys in.
My wife is not
You're
going
just going to have to stand there
Man.
and make all the wheelchair people feel bad.
I don't think you can bring a folding chair in. I think that's a prohibited item.
I want to say I feel like I've seen folding chairs in the wheelchair areas.
No, you haven't.
You haven't.
No, because
You
if you
can't bring beach furniture into the
I mean, because
stadium.
the wheelchair person brings not like that, but like
I got
the
my own
stadium.
chair. Is that all right?
It's like the stadium folding chairs because you go in a wheelchair, you
No,
bring a guest,
you can't
and
bring
they sit
those in.
together.
No.
I'm not going to bring them in. I think they're already there by the stadium.
What do you mean? You think the stadium provides
Folding chairs,
folding chairs?
where the wheelchairs go, and then you either box them out or throw them.
They have to have chairs for family members.
Yeah, I mean, if you were in a wheelchair and Michelle went with you, you'd get 2 wheelchair row seats.
What are you
but-
wishing me in a wheelchair? What's the
Fine,
matter with
fine.
you?
If Michelle
What kind
was in
of
a wheelchair,
sicko are you?
and you went with her, you would get a seat and she'd be in her chair.
All right. Well,
Anyway,
you probably need to call
Oh, my
like the
God.
box office or call
Yeah,
someone.
call the police.
Call someone at Ray, or maybe someone can call us. So Fester bought 2 wheelchair row tickets, but neither are in a wheelchair.
Yet-
Will the stadium give them like a metal chair like they use in the WWE to crack people over the head with?
or
Bring a wheelchair.
Do I have to bring 2 wheelchairs to the concert? Do you know how pissed Allison's going to be if she has to go through security in
man.
a wheelchair, just pushing herself along?
Maybe a scooter.
Yeah.
You still have those
Yes.
scooters?
No, but oh man, we got
A
electric
hover
wheelchairs.
round.
We
Get
get
the
rascal.
the rascal or the hover round.
That would be dope.
Run into people.
Yes.
Just run over feet with your rascal.
It'd be comfortable, but I have these 2 seats, great seats on wheelchair row, and the app is so small. I didn't know it when I bought it.
Or your fingers are so big they're just pushing stuff that you don't even know.
It's a combination.
All right. Here's the deal. If anyone knows, fire up the phones. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Will Fester be provided seats in the wheelchair row? But what happens if you took 2 seats from people in wheelchairs that...
It's awful.
Exactly. You're like, you know what? You're like the dude parking in the handicap spot at the mall. And you got some disabled veteran that needs to like park and go in and grab some Auntie Anne's pretzels or something from the food court. And you're over here. Yes, what do you have?
Look right here.
Yeah.
Billy Joel and Sting. You got the tickets. There's my order number.
Order number 31 dash blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Saturday, February 24th, 7 p.m.
Section 338. Road W. Dude, it says Road WC.
I didn't know it.
It means wheelchair.
The app was so
What?
small.
What? The seats weren't available in row ML?
No,
That's missing a leg. That's row ML.
guys, you're making fun.
M.O.
I have
morbidly
a
obese.
legitimate problem here. I mean, what am I
You
gonna
better
do?
call.
Well, hold on. The seats weren't available in row QA. Quadruple amputee.
Okay,
All right, so
listen.
that wasn't available.
But these were like,
Dude, it says you're in row WC for wheelchair.
I didn't know this at the time. I
Oh,
don't read what
my
row it is. I
God.
just because it's little dots. It's a
And then
stadium map and it's
all right,
dots of your seats.
Let's say that the stadium provides chairs, but do you have to have like a family member with you in a wheelchair in order to? I don't think they.
I don't know any of this,
dude. You are such a clod.
You can't just sit there amongst the wheelchair.
How do you buy tickets where it's row WC? Wheelchair.
See, the app is so small. I just started the front row of the 300 level. I'm right against the glass next to the wheelchair people.
All right, let's go to phones here.
Somebody has to have an idea.
Let me bring up the call screener. Every line is jammed here. Let me grab Sean in Newport Richie. Sean, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Sorry to hear about that.
Oh, you're laughing. Real funny, huh?
It's not our problem.
Fester. So so what happens is someone with a wheelchair, they stay in their wheelchair. They don't get into the seats. There's usually a row. There's a row of about 12 seats in the wheelchair section that are all together. So people in the wheelchairs will pull up, and then the parties with them will sit in the wheelchair seats. So my recommendation at Fester is when you get there, find someone in a wheelchair and say you're with them, and you'll be good.
No. I have an assigned seat. I'm sitting in a spot. I mean,
It's like it's a blank slab of concrete. There's no chair there.
No, there's chairs there. There's chairs there.
No, but what I'm saying is that I think Fester bought the spot for the wheelchair. I don't think there's a chair.
See, I don't think
because his seat is WC.
I mean, is it every other spot like a
It's wheelchair section. They're not like assigned seats. So, but typically you got to be with someone in a wheelchair to sit there.
I legitimately have a space in the wheelchair row. My big ass is sitting down on the ground if I have to.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. Sean, you're really entertained by this, aren't you?
It's pretty
MJ.
Because when I look for tickets for things, I see the wheelchair and I'm like, oh dang, these are good seats, but I can't get them.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks for listening, buddy.
I have a picture of the wheelchair access area.
Yeah.
And there's 2 seats there, and then I guess the wheelchairs go on the side.
Yeah, like you get one regular seat and one wheelchair seat.
So there's 2 folding chairs.
So I need a wheelchair. I need one wheelchair. She can wheel me in.
We don't know what's going to happen. Let me grab Lola. Her name was Lola. She's calling from Tampa. Hello, Lola. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi. Hi, you guys. I'm pretty sure that Fester's going to be safe because I accidentally bought seats like that to the Monster Jam last year. And
Monster Jam, wheelchair access.
It was a really wide section. I felt really guilty about it after we did it, but we had great, there was a lot of leg room. And honestly, I think there was
it's like the exit row of the airplane, you know?
Right. I think there was only 1 or 2 other people that actually had a wheelchair or something like that. But it's a pretty large section, so a lot of people can fit in there. And Fester, just bring a cane and hobble in there. You'll be fine.
Oh, stop. Yes. Come on, Lola, please.
Lola.
Really?
Good job, Lola.
Lola, all right. Lola, thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
Our listeners seem very entertained by this predicament.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures, and it looks like there's 2 seats and then open space for wheelchairs. 2,
Do I need to bring my own wheelchair?
I don't know.
I think you're okay. All right, moving along. Hey, speaking of shows, I got a little inside gossip on something. You're not going to believe this. This is like an MJ Morning Show exclusive. And, well, I was in a little conversation, and this is insane. So we're talking about the Billy Joel Sting concert at Raymond James Stadium in February. This has nothing to do with that, but it's another artist, another performer. You know how performers will do private events?
Oh, yeah.
Like corporate events?
Yes.
Or like parties?
Parties.
Yeah.
If you've got some loaded dude that has a G650, a giant mansion, all kinds of expensive exotic cars, if you get someone that's just loaded, a lot of folks, they'll throw money, daughter's sweet 16, wedding, or like you said, a corporate event. Some of these big stars, some of these big celebrities, a lot of folks don't, even realize this, but these celebrities, these performers, the singers, big names. We're talking A-list folks. They will do private parties, private shows, corporate events, and charge pretty good money. So I heard, for instance, and this is back 2015, that at one of these, the corporate event that I'm about to talk about, that prior this corporate event hired ZZ Top.
Okay.
Private show, ZZ Top, $100,000. That's not bad. I mean, for
ZZ Top?
ZZ Top,
What?
this is 2015 or 2016.
Seems a little rich for ZZ Top.
What?
The company, I'm not going to name the company, but I know people involved with the company. So, private event, they hired ZZ Top, and that's before, who's the guy that died? Was it Dusty?
Yeah.
Was it Dusty who died from ZZ Top? One of the guys with the long beard? So you got the drummer doesn't have the long. Was it
One of the beard guys.
one of the bearded guys. Was it Dusty that passed away?
I don't know.
Anyway, so ZZ Top cost him $100,000 for a show. Dusty Hill's the one that died recently. So $100,000. I don't think that was terrible for an hour plus show. All right, here is the shocker. This is why I'm bringing this up. This is the exclusive MJ Morning Show story. Adele. They were inquiring about hiring Adele for an event coming up early next year.
Oh, man.
Same company. They do these corporate events every single year. They tried to hire Adele. They get a hold of Adele's people, the talent agents, the booking folks. Guess how much Adele wanted to perform privately? 45-minute set. Not even a full hour. 45 minutes of Adele. Guess how much Adele wanted? Oh, look, let's play the Price is Right mountain climber game here.
5,000.
What, five?
You're going to start low, Bob.
Froggy, come on. That thing's
I'm
still
trying to
good.
play.
Nah, it's still going. All right, go ahead, Fester.
Listen, I mean, if ZZ Top is 100,000, I think Adele would be $750,000.
So 750,000.
Yeah.
Nope, keep going. Froggy, your turn.
Are you nuts? It's not 900,000?
Nope, not.
What year is this?
This would be for next year. Early it was.
It's skinny Adele.
They were
Interesting.
inquiring about hiring Adele for early next year for the private concert.
Yes, skinny Adele, not old Adele where you're paying by the pound, which would be a lot
All right,
more.
listen, so you said 750, Fester. Who said no? Froggy said 750. You said 900,000.
What is
and
it?
guess what? The mountain climber's still going.
Is it $1.5 million? $2 million.
Still going.
What the hell does she think she is?
Two and a quarter.
Still going.
She's not Taylor Swift. $3 million.
Still
Bob.
going.
Shut up.
Oh, God. $3.5 million.
The
Bob.
mountain climber's still going.
All right. We just got to go in increments of $1 million now.
$5 million.
$5 million.
Still going.
Oh, my God.
For 45 minutes.
Still going.
$7 million.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
You jumped from 5 to 7. What happened to 6?
What? 6?
She wanted 6.
Oh my God.
Adele wanted $6 million to do a 45-minute set for this private corporate event.
Is that one of those things where you don't want to do it, so you throw out some outrageous number?
That's the other thing. Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I'll do it. $6 million.
Let's throw out the most outrageous number possible, that if these idiots are willing to pay this much money, of course I'll do 45 minutes for $6 million. I'm Adele.
Could you imagine if somebody paid that? They'd be the dumbest ever. That concert would be so boring.
Meanwhile, the corporation, the entity, told Adele to go pound sand. They were not going to hire. Listen, they'll hire ZZ Top for $100,000.
Yeah.
They're not hiring Adele for $6 million for 45 freaking minutes.
I wonder what Taylor Swift would cost.
I would guess in the same ballpark. I don't think Taylor
But she'd
Swift
be well worth it.
would she for 45 minutes of playing Shake It Off?
I'd rather hear that than hello. 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 I hate that song. I don't like it though.
Man, I got a lot of stuff to get to. There's a whole pile that I have on the whole tipping fiasco. Yeah, how many times have we talked about like tipping guilt and all this guilt tipping and all of the presumptuous tipping screens? I mean, it's out of control. and this has bothered me for a long time. If you were, you know what, let's play the mountain climber game again.
Oh, God.
if you were to guess, how many times have I screamed about this guilt tipping and how ridiculous and preposterous all of these obnoxious pushes are for tips, like in businesses or entities or services or, places where you never left a tip in the past because you don't tip somebody for handing you a paper bag from the counter for your to-go order. But now everyone's got a tipping screen. Everybody wants a tip. It's out of control. And I've got a whole pile of new guilt tipping stories. And I got a couple of preposterous things. But we've talked about this a dozen times on the show, right?
Ooh, that'd be pretty close on the mountain climber. Yeah, I'd go with a dozen.
Anyway, we've talked about guilt tipping for a while. So a couple of things here. Now we're hearing that in New York City, I guess it's the Olive Garden at Times Square, they add automatic tips to the bill. So Olive Garden now adding automatic tips.
How much? What's the percent?
18%.
Okay, I don't have a big problem with them adding a tip if I know about it and I don't leave one.
Typically, those, 18 or 20% gratuities, and you'll see it printed on menus that for parties of 6 or more or parties of 8 or more, that's been kind of standard for a while. But it gets worse. That's just the warm-up act. Are you ready for this? A story came out in the last couple of days about a restaurant in Anchorage, Alaska. And this is just so obnoxious. And have you seen the tipping screens where they have little comments about good, better,
Yeah.
great? Have you seen that?
With the smiley faces?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I want to take a crowbar and smash that iPad or whatever the device is, the point-of-sale machine, prompting me to leave a tip. How obnoxious is that?
Dude, I saw one of those things like leaving a bathroom. And they wanted
a tip for the attendant?
Yeah, no, not a tip, but how the cleanliness of the bathroom.
Okay.
And you leave the bathroom and people are touching that thing. That's disgusting.
That's a good point.
It's all munged up with finger juice.
And who knows what other juice?
Dude, that's nasty.
So the Olive Gardens, what's the story in Anchorage?
Hang on, I'm about to tell you. So you have these point-of-sale, the tip things, and they're saying, oh, yeah, 15% is good. 20% is better. 25% great, and exclamation point. I mean, how obnoxious. Listen to what's going on in Anchorage, Alaska. A restaurant in Alaska has a 100% tip option on this. Are you kidding me?
100%? What?
Somebody on vacation in Alaska said that a local restaurant essentially gave him the bird, flipped him the middle finger when the suggestion came up to tip as much as 100% on the bill after he had breakfast with some friends. Visitors from Chicago were in Anchorage, and this guy, Harrison Snowden is his name, and he's with friends. He picked up the $37.25 bill, and then the tipping screen comes up, 4 suggestions. The minimum was 20%. It was a 20% tip. And then you get into the whole thing where some of these restaurants, they're calculating the tip on tax, where typically it is accepted that you tip pre-tax. So that's another little gimmick going on that some restaurants are adding with the tip suggestions or the tip screen. Oh, look, Fester brought up, and I think I have the same image here. But here's what this dude Harrison saw. So Harrison is in Anchorage, Alaska, and the opening salvo, the opening tip round was 20%. And that was good. Then 30%, great. then 50% tip. Wow. It says wow.
Wow is my reaction to seeing it.
Then there's even a little button to push for 100% tip. So the check was $37.25. Good was a $7.45 tip. Good. 30% was $11.17. Ooh, that was great. 50%, $18.62. Wow. 100% tip, leaving another $37.25.
These people are very confident in their service.
We have some really great service.
He said that this, listen, it would same to me. This would piss me. I've never seen 50% or 100. I've seen 18, 20, 25, maybe 30.
Yeah, but you could put in custom there.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to hit the custom and then put, 110%.
This guy said it was despicable. He's like, are you kidding me? So this is apparently outrageous tip suggestions are being made. Hey, listen, I don't mind grabbing some calls on this. We've taken tip calls in the past. But again, restaurants that are, because a restaurant, when you set up the point of sale and you set up the screen to have the tip prompt, you can tell the machine whether you want the tip calculated pre-tax or whether you want the tip calculated after tax. And a lot of places are getting a little sneaky, and they're doing it after tax to jack up the tip even more. So you got to be careful. But Andrew, I'll grab a couple of calls on this. 800-990-1047. If you want to talk about guilt tipping. At a restaurant with good service, I tip. Absolutely. I usually, I'll tip sometimes pre-tax. If it's really good, I'll tip 20%, post-tax. But I always tip. Unless the waiter or waitress spat in my food and kicked me in the groin, you're good for, if the service is halfway decent, I generally leave 20%. All right? Now, if it really sucks, if things really go south, I'll punish the server and
punish the server.
It's been a while.
I shall punish you, sir.
It's been a while since I left like a zero tip, but I have in the past with just like a horrific service. But I'll look at the phones on this. 800, every line's ringing. 800-990-1047 if you want to get in. 800-990-1047. So, do you have a story about the ridiculous tip suggestions or any aspect of this? And I don't fall for the guilt tipping. The fact is, listen, I for instance, like the kennel. The kennel has a tip screen. It's like, no, I'm not. Forever. We've been boarding dogs since we've had dogs. We've been boarding dogs, Michelle and I, since 1994. We've boarded plenty of dogs, plenty of times over the years, and there was never a tip screen until a year or 2 years ago.
It seems like the pandemic.
Suddenly, bling, a tip. Areas where you never tipped in the past. Now, guilt tipping is off the freaking charts. I mean, folks, don't get suckered in to tip on everything. You don't have to tip on everything. You get a tire changed at a tire shop. Is there a tip screen? I'm sure there are. Do you leave a tip? Come on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to piss off tire guys, but listen, they're just, you don't have to tip on everything. And folks in this country are being guilted into tipping in areas that you've never had a tip before. So this whole guilt tip culture, it's rampant. And then these screens offering 30, 50, 100% tip. Give me a freaking break.
I don't know. I think for being a cheapskate, I think I might be too good a tipper.
Let's go to phones.
I am a tipper.
Yeah.
I like to tip.
I tip all the time.
Makes me feel good.
Let me grab. Listen, if you get good service, and let's say even in a place where you don't typically tip, if someone goes above and beyond, you hand them a 5, hand them a 10, or whatever. Let me grab. Phones blew up on this. Jimmy's in Brandon. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey. 20% is normal.
Yep.
If it's good service. But you You get poor service, and you look at the thing, and it says, my tip should be 20%. I'm like, screw you. Where's the negative? How come it's like minus 10% because your service is so crappy?
Yeah, I like that. Where's the minus button?
It's not always the server. Sometimes it's the kitchen. Sometimes it's the lousy management that doesn't schedule enough cooks or waitresses, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, no, I got you loud and clear. And listen, sometimes the server's great, and they're held hostage by the back of the house.
Used to be, you didn't have to pay taxes on that until Ronnie Reagan called all waitresses and waiters out on it not paying your income tax on your flexible cash income as a waiter or waitress.
Well, listen, but income is income, right? I mean, you think that waiters and waitresses shouldn't have to pay income tax on their tips?
No, back in 1980, you were getting, $1.05 for your wage.
Yeah.
And people were not paying taxes on their. I'm not
on the cash tips, right?
Not claiming their tips.
Yeah.
They're just reporting all their tips.
All right, Jimmy, you're breaking up, buddy. Thanks for the call. Let's grab another Jim in Port Richey. Hey, Jim, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing fine. Go ahead.
There's this one hibachi restaurant. I'm not going to mention the name, but how they do it is that you'll get your bill and it'll say total.
Is that where the one where Britney Spears works with the knives all over the place?
No.
All right, go ahead.
It'll say total, then it'll say service fee, then it'll say total again, then it'll say tip, and then total.
Wait a minute. There's a whoa. What the hell's a service fee for?
18% is what that service fee is. That's what they're calling it.
That's the tip. Hold on. So they want to hit you with a service fee at the hibachi grill and then hit you for a tip afterward?
Exactly, because most people will just look at the bill and say, "Oh, it's $40," and okay, I'll give them $8 as a tip. So they're giving them $48 when they've already taken out 18%. So luckily, I caught it.
Wow.
For the people we were with, and I says, "Hey, you already paid your tip." So we went back to the waitress, who I think might have been the owner, and she goes, "Oh, I just thought you were leaving big tip. I'm not leaving at $30 on a $66 bill."
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. A service fee and then a tip. That's insane. Jim, thanks for the call. Let's grab Dylan in Tampa. Dylan, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Dylan.
Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, I believe the whole 100% tip thing, it's all just a big psychology trick. Like, it makes it okay for you to press 35 when you see 100 on the screen. It's kind of like how Walmart does their thing with the cameras in the aisles. When you see the camera, it's easy. It makes people like...
Yeah, like at Walmart, like in the pharmacy section, or with some of the over-the-counter things which are stolen frequently, or like the cosmetics aisle. They have that hanging camera with like a flashing light and it says this aisle's under surveillance, and you even see your picture on the screen walking down the aisle.
Yeah, it's all a trick to make you feel guilty. And the whole thing about seeing the 100% is if you press 15, you'll feel guilty because you see the 100.
Gotcha. Dylan, thanks for the call. Stro, I recognize that name. Stro's called before in Wesley Chapel. MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hey.
Hey, good morning. Quick phone call here, guys. Yeah, this just happened to me 30 minutes ago. I walk into Panera Bread to get my avocado egg white sandwich, and it's like $5, and they're like, "Hey, would you like to leave a tip?" And I'm like, "For what?"
Yeah, I didn't sit down and get served at a table. You handed me my food from behind the counter, right?
Exactly. They flip it around, and also, I don't want your charged up lemonade either.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Yeah, we did that story a couple of days ago. Thank you, Stro. Tammy is in Lakeland. Tammy, MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing this morning?
We are well. Much better now that you called, Tammy. Go ahead.
All right. Me and my husband, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and, we didn't spend that much, like $37. Been there several times. It's never happened before. Get our bill. We're looking at it, and it says on the bottom, it's got a total, and it said $37.50, and then down below it, it said $4 and some odd change for food tip. And then on down from that, then you do the regular tip and total it out. And they have never done anything like that. And we were like, what's a food tip?
What is that, like tipping the the back kitchen staff? Is that it?
I'm thinking that, or you know how they bring the chips and salsa out to you? Maybe they're wanting to charge a little bit for that now. And we always tip really, really good, because we get good service. And
I'll tell you what, they send the midget out with the sombrero with the chips and the dip in the hat.
Yes.
I'll tip on that.
I guess so.
All right.
But like I said, it was unbelievable. I'm like, why would you be tipping for food and we're still going to give you a tip? And they had poor service that night.
Well, yep.
So.
Anyway, the presumption, it's out of control, and the guilt tipping's crazy. What? Robert in Trinity. Hold on, Robert, hold on a minute. Robert, what does the screen say here? This must be a typo. Go ahead, Robert. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
No, I'm kind of going against the grain on this, but my barber is so good. My haircut is $17, and I give him a $51 tip.
Yeah.
They are awesome. When I come in, they treat me well. They put me first in line. And
you're tipping 3 times the cost of the haircut.
Absolutely, and she's worth every penny.
Yeah, you bet you're going to the front of the line.
All right, thank you, Robert. Let's grab Angela in Plant City. Angela, line. Can I grab Angela on 5? All right, let me grab Katie first in Tampa, line 6. Hi, Katie. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hi, guys. This is my second time calling in. I first called in early July last year. So,
what were you wearing that day? Do you remember?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Katie, I'm kidding.
Yeah, thank you for the whole lineage of your call.
Katie, thank you. We appreciate it. Go ahead.
Anyways, so I'm 20 years old. I know a lot of younger people don't even know how to tip.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that I always tip at like a sit-down restaurant or at my hairstylist. And I normally try to do it in cash. So.
And what percentage, Katie, do you aim for?
20.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
So you're 20 years old, and if service is good, restaurant, hair salon, you'll tip 20%.
Yeah, I know that's pretty normal. That's pretty standard. That's what my family does, and so that's what I do.
I think that's great. It's great. And you're Generation Z. You're like my kids, because my son is 19 and my daughter's 22. So you're right, with the same age group. And my kids know to tip well if service is good. Anyway, Katie, thanks for your second call, and we will look forward to your third call in the future, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Yeah, phones blew up. Let's go back to Angela now in Plant City. Angela, MJ Morning Show, you're up.
Hi. So I had actually messaged you a couple weeks ago when this happened. I went to get keys made at a local key place.
Oh, I remember that. Did you message me on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Well, hold on. Tell the story. So you went to get keys made, like some keys duplicated. Go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah, so I was trying to support a local business instead of going to like Lowe's or Walmart. And I said, to my husband, I said, where can I go? And he goes, oh, this place in town. And I said, all right, cool. So I go to get just 3 regular. I did get 2 specialty keys. So I got 3 or 4 keys, and it was $16 for the keys. That's fine. All right, I get it, inflation. But then the guy turns the payment screen around, and I immediately my heart dropped. I was like, no way.
Yeah, see, and that's the heart drop. That's the whole guilt tipping. That's the deal. That you get guilt tipped. Listen, Angela, you should not have to leave a tip on having keys made at a locksmith.
Yeah, I said to him, are you kidding right now?
Hold on, you actually said, wait a minute. Angela, you said.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is great.
Absolutely. I said, are you kidding? And he goes, oh, yeah. And I said, do you actually get a lot of tips? He goes, yeah, we've had it in place about a year. And yeah, actually, a lot of people do tip. And I was like, unbelievable. And I hit 0, and I just went on my merry way. But also, my daughter, she went out to eat a couple weekends ago for homecoming, and I just asked her when we were in the car, I said, baby, did they add gratuity to your meal because there was 6 or more at the thing? She goes, I don't know. And I said, did you tip as well? And she goes, yeah, because she knows to tip. I work in a service.
Oh, man. So there was probably a gratuity added. Then they tipped on top.
Yeah. And I'm sure all the kids did, because I'm sure the server didn't say anything. They're probably like, oh, these dumb kids with their parents' cards. Yeah.
Some restaurants some of the higher end restaurants have started to add a 15% automatic tip. And the places that do this, they've always been very upfront in saying, hey, just so you know, a 15% gratuity has already been added. And then, if you want to add, let's say, another 5% or more, you can do it. But some places are adding the tip line already. And I do like it when they're very upfront and they say, just so you know.
Disclosure is key.
Yeah, disclosure. But man, Angela, that's a great story about the locksmith. For you to say to the locksmith who wants a tip on 4 keys made or whatever it was, are you? So he flips the screen around and there's a tip. And you said, this is great. Are you kidding me? That is fantastic, Angela.
I was so aghast. I couldn't not say.
Wow.
It happened so fast. It just came out.
Angela, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening.
Of course.
All right, let's grab Sean and Andrew. I'll just take 3 more. Let me grab Sean, Miko, and Christy, and then every line's ringing here, but I got to move on or else we're going to run out of time, and I got too much to get to. Sean in Tampa, MJ Morning Show, you're up. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? I'm a frequent caller. Last time I called, you called me the Sean Show. I like tipping. I think it's a good thing to tip a good amount for good services. But what gets me and my wife, when we started college, we would always go to this froyo place, right? We walk in, we grab our cup, go up to the froyo, fill it up, go over to the toppings, put our toppings on, then put it on the weight scale, and they would charge us. And then they have the audacity to say, it's going to ask you a question, flip it around. The smallest tip amount is 20%.
Yeah.
For what?
For what?
Exactly. I mean, come on. Your frozen yogurt, you tip, get out of it. What? I'm just curious. The self-serve frozen yogurt places where you you do the self-serve,
exactly.
But maybe they'll do the. Well, some places they do the toppings for you, but other places you do your own toppings as well. And I wonder if some of those places want a tip when you did all the damn work and all they're doing is taking your money.
Real quick, there's this bit based on this idea by this dude, Rosh Creations. He's a YouTube prankster.
Yeah.
He has this guy open an automatic door for people. And when they walk through, he's like, it's going to ask you a question. He pulls out a tablet and gets them to tip.
Yeah. I've seen some of those things. There are a bunch of those videos that are circulating. There's one where someone's obviously grabbed a Home Depot smock, one of the orange smocks or aprons, and they're in the Home Depot row, and somebody walks up and says, hey, yeah, where's the PVC irrigation pipes? And then the guy says, oh, that's in plumbing over on aisle number 3. And then the guy whips out a tablet for a tip. So those things are out there. Hey, Sean, thanks for the call. All right, let me grab Miko in Carrollwood. Miko, MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me. My issue is I love concerts, and I go to so many, and I support my bands by buying merch. Now, when you go to buy merch, you might buy that $45 shirt.
Oh, yeah. T-shirt, which cost them $4.25 to make, and it's a $45 shirt. Yeah.
So, and they're flipping those now they have on the screen.
Are you kidding me? The merch collectors, the merch maggots that are doing the T-shirts outside. Wait a minute.
Yes,
they're now asking for a tip to hand you a T-shirt.
So my daughters went, and they're very well educated on tipping, and so they saw it. And so when I got the receipt back, I was like, wait, I thought your shirt was $45. No, they put that 20% in there. And so my daughters automatically, here, sign away.
Oh, geez.
And I think it's got to do with they rush you through. So you just kind of sign, push a button and go because your brain says tip. And so your brain goes, oh, okay.
Folks.
And automatically doesn't go.
Push back. If you don't want to tip or if it's an unconventional tipping location, push back. Don't feel compelled. It's guilt tipping. It is rampant. It's out of control. Good story, Miko. Thank you. Let me grab Christy in Trinity. All right, last tipping call here. Christy, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
I totally agree with you 100%, by the way, on this tipping for unconventional purposes. That is a little out of control. I personally feel like it kind of came out of like after the pandemic and we lost so many service and so many employees that it's really hard to keep them in the company. So they're doing it as an incentive or something. That's what I thought it was all about personally.
Yeah, maybe.
Just because, y'all want $15 an hour or whatever, here's a way to get it.
But I'll tell you what, with fast food restaurants and some of the wages being minimum $15, $20, guess what? That is only going to usher in more automation, and jobs are going to be eliminated, and it's going to be replaced by computers and AI, et cetera. Thanks for the call, Christy.
Exactly, but that wasn't actually what I was calling about.
Whoa.
I know, that just totally came in because I was listening to your conversation.
Okay.
But what I was thinking of is when you had mentioned about the good, better, best on the screen.
Oh, yeah. Where it has the suggestion where it's like, all right, 20% is good, 30% is better. Exactly.
I always believed that was because we have so many tourists in this country that come from places that are unconventional. They don't tip typically. So it's a way to kind of teach them this is what you're supposed to do. I thought that's what it was for.
I always heard Canadians don't tip. Is that true?
Yeah,
I've always heard that too.
Right, I've always heard that. I don't know if that's been corrected. Christy, thanks for the call. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
You betcha.
We should put a little tip jar on mjmorningshow.com.
My wife had the Britney Spears book delivered yesterday.
Is she finished with it already?
I wonder when she's going to start it.
Oh, she hasn't even.
Yeah, she ordered it from Amazon. I think it was reasonably priced. Go to Amazon. Well, I can just do it on my app. Hang on a minute. I'm just curious. I'll just bring up my Amazon app, type in Britney Spears book. Here we go. On Amazon, the book is $24.29. Is that right? No, that's not. Oh, here we go.
$22.38.
Oh no! Paper. Oh, wait. There's a paperback version out already. There's a paperback version for $12.99 on Amazon right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Amazon Prime, $12.99. Britney Spears, the Woman in Me. Oh no, that's not it. That's the Britney Spears biography. I need The Woman in Me. All right, so The Woman in Me.
So
hardcover looks like $24.29. Kindle version $15.99.
Then the Spanish version is $11.99. The Italian version is $15.99.
No, but those are Kindles. Those are Kindle. Dude. You see what says Kindle?
Okay, I'm just looking at these numbers.
Yeah, dude. No wonder why you're buying wheelchair seats. You can't even read a freaking
idiot.
That joke is really funny today, but
all right.
It'll always be funny.
Well. Folks, if you missed this earlier today, Fester bought Billy Joel and Sting tickets for Ray J on February 24th.
He's right there on the front row.
And he bought wheelchair row, and I guess there might not be any seats there. Anyway, so back to Britney Spears. So Michelle ordered the book. Listen, this thing, she's going to make a fortune off this because there's also new information about her deal. So she apparently was paid a $15 million advance for the book. And then Britney Spears contractually is going to get 25% of the net profits. Now, I don't know if the book industry does the whole Hollywood movie math Wambuki scam where they can show a movie that makes $1 billion lost money. And there have been many lawsuits over the years. It's called Hollywood accounting, and they do all kinds of, scams and twists and turns and backflips. But I don't know about the publishing business, but according to TMZ, Britney Spears is getting 25% of the net profits from Woman in Me, which officially came out on Tuesday. TMZ says she stands to make a fortune. Well, I think she already made a fortune because she already got a $15 million advance. There were reports of $15 million. TMZ claims that they believe that it was a $12.5 million advance, which, okay, pretty darn good. But TMZ says sources with direct knowledge say that the 25% Britney is getting is going to be huge.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if that if
there's got to be a predetermined amount.
Or if there's a number that covers the advance, and then once the advance is covered, that you're paid money after the advance. That might be a possibility here.
I can't remember the last book we were talking about.
Yeah,
so this is a big deal.
Yeah,
Harry Potter.
TMZ had the book selling when TMZ wrote the story yesterday. They had the book selling at $23.05, and what I just say now on Amazon it's 20. Now it's where is it? I think it's $12.99 for paperback. I don't feel like scrolling.
22.38 right now on Amazon.
Oh, is that for the hardcover?
On Monday,
Right.
it
Yeah.
was $19.90 something.
Yeah, I think that's what Michelle pre-ordered. Michelle said she paid under $20.
Yeah, the pre-orders were less than they are now.
Yeah, let me see if she'll pick up. Calling Michelle. And Michelle, just quickly on the Britney Spears book. If you're listening, she's got a lot of things going on this morning. Doing a lot of stuff. Let me see if she picks up. But she told me that when she bought it off Amazon, it was under, I think she bought it like last weekend. I think she bought it like on Saturday or Sunday. And I think it was under $20. And now the price has gone up. Now I don't think she's going to pick up. Anyway, so 25%. This is another thing. Because of all the hype on the book, it's also being reported that Britney Spears' music, that her catalog has gotten over 7 million listeners after the memoir came out. Let me share this. TMZ writes that Britney Spears' book isn't the only thing racking up millions. According to data from Spotify and YouTube, the Britney Library received over 7.1 million streams yesterday, the day after The Woman in Me memoir came out. Spotify had 4.7 million of those listens. So there you go. Her streams are going up as well. So I guess she's going to obviously get royalty money off of that as well. I'm trying to think, was there anything else in the book? We kind of went over all of the, earlier in the week, we had pretty much the leak of the book and all of the like important items that came out of the book.
I mean, if the couple of Justin things were it.
Well, there was one other Justin thing, and here's a report. New York Post had this, that Britney Spears claims there is one major differentiator that separated NSYNC from the Backstreet Boys in the 2000s. The 41-year-old toxic singer reflected on her former boyfriend, Justin Timberlake, 42 now, talking differently around black artists in her new memoir, The Woman in Me. So talking differently around black artists is what she says. His band, NSYNC, was what people back then called so pimp, Spears writes on page 57 of the book. Quote, "They were white boys, but they loved hip-hop. To me, that's what separated them from the Backstreet Boys, who seemed very consciously to position themselves as a white group. NSYNC hung out with black artists. Sometimes I thought they tried too hard to fit in. One day, Justin and I were," she says, one day Jay and I were in New York going to parts of town I'd never been to before. Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged out medallion. He was flanked by 2 giant security guards. Jay, Justin Timberlake, got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, faux shiz."
Oh, God.
Genuine. What up, homie? That's what Britney writes that Justin did as this guy with a big medallion was walking by.
I will say that's my greeting to people of all races and ethnicities. Froggy, faux shiz, genuine.
Genuine.
Yes, that's what I say to everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's just another item from the Britney Spears memoir. And also, she went on to Instagram, and she's already thanked her millions of followers for making her new memoir what she says, spectacular success. Yeah, she went on Instagram Tuesday night, and she wrote, "My book is the highest-selling celebrity memoir in history, and it's only day one." I knew this thing was going to be huge. I knew the book was going to be massive. And listen, my wife's got a copy. It's sitting in the foyer. It's still in the Amazon box. But, hey, we've got a copy of the Britney Spears book sitting in my freaking house right now.
Yeah, I thought there was also that she has no interest in going back to singing. She's not going to perform again.
What? She's missing out on that.
She also said that she absolutely hated being a judge on the X Factor. She said the show made her very nervous, is what she said.
She's got issues, dude.
Well, listen, I think she does. I wish her the best. Hopefully she finds peace in her life. And, there are still some that think that, she's not long for the world. There are some that think that, she's a high-risk celebrity that, unfortunately could do something. I hope that's not the case because I wish only the best for Britney Spears. All right, before we take our break, because we're about – actually, we're in an hour and 20 minutes right now. So we're about to conclude. But, hey, like the Energizer battery, buddy, still going. Going to give you a little more than an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So I want to talk about the power of the MJ Morning Show for just a second here. And you tell me what's up here. So on numerous occasions, I've talked about one of my favorite yogurts out there, and it's called Brown Cow. And I have at least half a dozen times on this show, I've talked about it or I've said, hey, Publix, come on, why don't you carry Brown Cow? I've got to go to Whole Foods or Sprouts to get Brown Cow yogurt. And Sprouts has more flavors, more varieties. Whole Foods only has, I think, 3, but both stores have the cherry vanilla. And the cherry vanilla Brown Cow yogurt is incredible. I don't even eat the fruit and all the sugar at the bottom. I just eat the yogurt off the top. Because the flavor is so good, and I'm probably saving, 70, 80 calories, maybe by not eating that big, sugar pit at the bottom with all the, the fruit and whatever gelatinous substance they have. But the yogurt is incredible. And, it's prompted me on numerous occasions to say, hey, hello, Publix dairy buyer. Hello, Lakeland. Come in. Hey, let me get my megaphone.
We don't need a megaphone.
No, we really
They can hear you. They can hear you.
Yeah, we need the megaphone.
They don't need it.
Attention, Publix. Why don't you carry Brown Cow yogurt? I have to go to Whole Foods or Sprouts to get the Brown Cow yogurt.
Again, this is too
It is
much.
incredible. No, but listen.
We don't need the megaphone.
Listen, there's a reason why I'm bringing this up.
Well, we're giving away Brown Cow yogurt now?
Yes. Caller 10. Caller 10, you got $1.19 thing of yogurt.
Don't call in.
I know. All right, here's the deal. There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. It's the power of the MJ Morning Show. You tell me if this is just a coincidence or MJ, and the MJ Morning Show is having an effect. Whenever I go to Sprouts or Publix, the cherry vanilla, which I highly tout, that's my favorite. I'll buy every one on the shelf. So if I go into Whole Foods and they got 24 that are stacked, I'll buy all 24 of these things. Boom, gone. And the whole row's empty. But here's what happens. That doesn't happen much anymore. Since I've started talking about Brown Cow yogurt and the fact that my favorite Brown Cow is the cherry vanilla, I will go to Sprouts or Publix, and sometimes the cherry vanilla thing is empty, gone, nothing.
Whoa.
Like I had just been there. And the other varieties, there's good backstock on it. So they got the other varieties on the shelf. So I don't think it's coincidental, the fact that I talk about this Brown Cow yogurt that I like so much. It's made up in New Hampshire. And I don't think it's any coincidence that I talk about the cherry vanilla variety, and that is the variety, whether Sprouts or Whole Foods, the least inventory is there. Sometimes there are 2, 4, 6, while there are like a couple of dozen in the other slots. So I'm telling you, it's the power of the MJ Morning Show. I am selling Brown Cow cherry vanilla yogurt, and they're not paying me a dime.
Wow.
Let me get the megaphone again.
Oh, no. Come on.
Good. All right, I won't.
Okay.
So hey, Publix, come on. Publix, would you get the Brown Cow cherry vanilla yogurt on your shelves For crying out loud.
You can also go to Rollin' Oats on McDill.
Oh, do they have it as well?
As well as a couple of Target locations have it.
Oh, Target might
the
have.
big store on Waters.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Store in West Hillsborough.
Oh, Fester did a brown cow store locator.
Well, there's a little link. Is
hold on,
cow now.
But what's the deal with Publix? What did brown cow poop on Publix? Did brown cow leave some cow patties right on the front lawn at the Publix Lakeland campus? Why does Publix hate brown cow?
It was really unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
What's going on? Come on, get some brown. Hey, Publix, get some brown cow. I'm having a cow. Don't have a cow, man. Where are we on time? 8:50.
This better be some damn good yogurt when I try it.
Dude, I'm telling you, I love it.
When I see it, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to try it. It better be just an explosion of fantastic yogurt. I'm going to judo chop you.
I'm going to get in the throat. Going to judo chop my throat.
Better be the best damn yogurt.
8:50 at the MJ Morning Show. So this concludes like an hour and 25 minutes of nonstop MJ. So hold on. We still have an hour to go. We got a lot of ground to cover. Don't move. When we get back, we got a little update on Tom Brady and that fling he had going on. Mary Lou Retton update. Oh, candy warning. Folks, we got a candy warning with Halloween right around the corner. Oh, you hear about the guy that got trapped in the vault?
A vault?
Oh, dude, this is a crazy story.
Sounds horrific.
Guy gets trapped in a vault in New York City. You got to hear this. All right, stand by. We're back in a second with a lot of stuff on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I got to check and see if my high school buddy Kyle wants to come. Let me check my texting here. Hold on a minute. I got to see if my buddy Kyle wants to come on because Kyle actually knows police up in Lewiston, up in Maine, where this maniac went on the shooting spree yesterday. So, all right, quick break. We're back in a second here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. I want to talk... Out yet? An MJ Morning Show on Q105. That, of course, was Big Country, In a Big Country. I like that song, but we're supposed to play I Want It That Way. I want it that way. And for whatever, it's just bizarre.
Ain't nothing but a heart.
Hey, why don't you grab the microphone and do it in the mic?
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Get closer to your
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tell
Froggy.
me why I never want to hear you say I want it that way. Now that I see that we're falling apart.
Who's that?
The way that it feels to be. No matter the distance, I want you to know.
Froggy, that's enough. Hey, Andrew, what happened? The computer, Big Country, was like locked in. It was supposed to play I Want It That Way, and it wouldn't play. And then Andrew's trying to like put the song in the computer, and it's like locked out. Bizarre. What happened? I was looking forward to hearing I Want It That Way. So what the hell? You got to wear some headphones, dude. What happened?
I know you're talking. I'm trying to talk over you.
Go ahead.
I am trying to figure that out. Something got mislabeled.
So big,
I can sing it for you.
So Big
we know you just did.
Big Country just played. All right. I like that song by Big Country.
Yeah, the computer program that scheduled it had it labeled one way, and in the computer that actually plays it back, something else was there. So I'll have to figure out why.
Well, I guess you'll get to the bottom of that. Hey, one other thing on restaurants and tipping and restaurants and charges, I kind of agree with this. And if you missed this last hour, we had a whole big debate about, again, the guilt tipping, because there were a couple of new elements to some of these guilt tipping stories. But I actually agree with this. There's a restaurant in Georgia that's charging customers $50 for a bad parenting charge. I love it.
Oh, yeah, that's going to go over well.
Yeah, great.
Adult surcharge for adults unable to parent. A restaurant in Georgia is now getting some national attention. The Toccoa Riverside restaurant up in the Blue Ridge Mountains has a warning on the menu: adult surcharge for adults unable to parent. So if your kids are bratty little freaking monsters, they're going to charge you a $50, and that's usually. So what they have is the bad parenting surcharge is, it says $, $, So it's like a floating scale. So depending on how miserable your kids are, how horrific they are in the restaurant, I guess there's a sliding scale, and they determine what the charge should be. But apparently the bad parenting charge is usually a $50 add-on. That seems to be about the average.
Yeah, give me that add-on after I've been dealing with my horrible kids and had an awful dinner.
I love it.
I'll smack you right in your face.
Online reviews of the restaurant. Tons of comments. Angry parents claiming they were either charged or chastised by the restaurant for what the staff or the owner thought was a misbehaved kid or kids.
Screw them.
Here, listen to one of the reviews on Google. Listen to one of these. If you have children, absolutely avoid this place at all costs. Holy moly, the most disrespectful owner made a huge scene in front of the entire restaurant because our children were running through the restaurant. They were down by the river, living in a van down by the river. Wonder if the owner is Matt Foley.
I mean, here's a picture of the restaurant. It's right on the river.
We were told to go to Burger King and Walmart, and that we were bad parents. They have a $50 surcharge for bad children. What? We were a group of 21, and our server was amazing and was overly apologetic. Terrible big business practice. We will never be back. They can't enforce a $50 charge. That's more like a gimmick. I mean, if you're going to pay it, then I'm sure they'll take it. But if you say, I'm not paying a $50 bad kid service charge.
Yeah. Tell you what, you want to see my bad kids go at it. I'm going to get $50 worth.
Now,
listen, Hadley, tear this place up.
Yeah, let's Logan Paul this place or something.
Let's do it.
All right, here's another review. The owner came out and told me he was adding $50 to my bill because my children had bad behavior. My kids watched a tablet until the food arrived, ate their food, and my wife took them outside while I waited and paid the bill.
Sounds like they do it to everybody.
Oh, they had omitted the comment about the owner. So that was taken out. So what they call the owner, a bleeping bleep bleep bleepity bleep bleep bleep.
What do you
bleep.
expect?
Disappointed by the experience. Another review from a week ago. Here, if you have children, I don't recommend you go here. The owner was so rude to my grandkids, he made the 3-year-old cry. He told them that if they sat by the river, they had to be quiet. What restaurant owner talks to his customers like that?
I would have had my kids flip him off.
No
I would have
kidding.
said, I want it that way. What restaurant owner talks to the customers like that? I'll never come back. I've been told he is like that to a lot of people. So, but hundreds of reviewers love the food at this place. What was the name of it? It was the
something Riverside Coke.
The Toccoa Riverside Restaurant in the Blue Ridge Mountains
I love the Blue Ridge
in
Mountains.
Georgia. So, a funny story, but come on, they can't enforce a $50 bad kid fee.
They're going to get a $1,000 beating.
It would be the best $50 I ever spent.
You don't have to pay that. All right, a couple of things, a couple of lightning round items here. So Tom Brady, I guess, word came out a couple of days ago that Tom Brady is done with that model. Was it Irina Shayk? Is that it?
On to the next one, Tommy.
Yeah, who's Tom's next fling-a-ling-a-ding-dong?
I heard him and Kim Kardashian were flirting at a...
Yeah, that's old news. That already happened.
I must have been out.
Yeah. So, and of course, you have that weird kind of dynamic because this Irina Shayk was previously connected to Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
And she
Maestro.
but she was still seen with Bradley Cooper while she was apparently seen coming out of like Tom's hotel at 5 a.m. or whatever the story is. That is a weird deal. What were we saying about Maestro?
That's supposed to be a great movie.
Oh, the one where Bradley Cooper plays the famous
Maestro guy.
the Maestro dude.
Supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, what's the name of the movie? What's the Bradley Cooper thing? Maestro movie. Yeah, Maestro. And it depicts him. Oh, Leonard Bernstein.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Who?
On his old show.
Yeah, composer Leonard Bernstein.
Never heard of him.
Oh, he did some
He
unbelievable.
had a TV show about music.
Dude, Leonard Bernstein did some of the most amazing film scores of the 20th century.
I know.
And he's a big Brian Wilson fan.
I know who Leonard Bernstein.
No, you don't. You think it's Leonard Nimoy.
And then Mary Lou Retton. Did we talk about Mary Lou Retton on Tuesday?
Well,
Hal Herman did a story on
Hal
her.
Herman had news that not only she died, but they wanted you to do a pommel horse routine on her coffin, which was hysterical.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Factual.
But listen, Mary Lou Retton did not die. Hal Herman had erroneous news with Hal Herman headlines. By the way, people are clamoring for more Hal Herman. We got to have that. What do you think? Is twice a week too much?
Twice a week?
What? No.
Just once a week?
Way to water it down.
Yeah,
dude.
we don't-
Once a month.
No, you can't do Hal Herman. Ba, 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 ba.
I hear my music. Does somebody play my music?
Oh, it's Hal Herman's intro music.
I just pop right up when I hear music. I'm like Batman with the bat signal. When I hear my music, I just pop up out of the blue.
All right, we got to do Hal Herman at least once a week. All right, 9:12. Let's do the must-hear story of the day.
Please.
But Mary Lou Retton is home from the hospital after, in a fight for her life, she almost checked out. Listen, Madonna almost expired. So listen, two big names with health issues. Mary Lou Retton almost kicked it, and so did Madonna.
Madonna's already performing again.
Yeah. And I believe Mary Lou Retton is going to start doing twirls on Madonna's stage.
She does opening floor routines
Parallel
before Madonna takes the stage.
Yeah. All right, so this is the must-hear story, and it's the dude that got trapped in a vault in Manhattan in New York City. This is a crazy, crazy story. So this is from NBC4 New York. A man was trapped overnight inside a steel-reinforced concrete jewelry vault in Midtown Manhattan in the World Diamond Tower. Oh, is that where Was that in Uncut Gems?
Was it?
Didn't he? What was that? Uncut Gems? I'm trying to think of the movie where he went up to like the diamond room and you had to. Was that Uncut Gems?
Yeah, the basketball player invited him.
I don't know.
No, I'm trying to remember if that was Uncut or is that something else I saw where you go up in the secret elevators, and was that another movie I saw? Anyway, the building is located at 585th Avenue, and the guy gets stuck inside the vault. At the World Diamond Tower, there are numerous jewelry businesses in there. And in this vault, the guy had a safety deposit box, which is interesting. After about 10 hours, firefighters were able to bust through the wall.
How'd they know he was even in there?
Well,
screaming?
Let me give you hello.
I mean, are those vaults pretty thick?
Yeah, wait to hear the details here. So the guy was trapped in this steel-reinforced concrete jewelry vault overnight, and firefighters had to abandon an attempt to rescue him for safety reasons. But they had already busted through like 24 inches of concrete. Listen, this is crazy. The vault, though, was on a timer and just opened on its own yesterday morning.
That's right.
It's like a time lock deal. The fire department was called to the Midtown Manhattan building Tuesday night after a man became trapped while trying to access his safety deposit box. According to NY or FDNY, the New York City Fire Department, Assistant Chief John Sirocco, around 8:45 p.m. Tuesday, authorities said a man was reaching into his safety deposit box inside the vault when an employee closed the door, not knowing that somebody was still inside. How about you do a quick walkthrough?
A little look-see.
Hello, anybody in there? Hang on a sec. Hello, anybody in the vault? Hello, anybody?
So, did nobody know that the guy would just be let out 12 hours later, or?
Well, the vault was also a timed lock mechanism, so it locks automatically after a certain time and does not reopen until the next morning. I usually use that vault. It's huge, so I can understand how it happened, said Don Palmieri of the GEMS Certification Lab. He was probably spending a little too much time inside going through the contents of his safe deposit box. So listen to this. Fire and police department personnel in communication with the man inside the vault. I don't know whether he had a cell phone that was able to permeate or whether there's a phone inside the vault for emergency reasons. And they were also able to watch him on a security camera. So there's a camera inside the vault that they could monitor from the outside. Also plenty of air. Listen to the size of this vault. The vault was 20 feet long by 40 feet wide.
Oh, man.
That is a big freaking vault.
And they had to damage it? Let the guy out in 10 hours.
Hang
He would
on.
have been fine.
Plenty of air because it's got its own HVAC system. So the FDNY assistant chief says that the fire department's rescue units, they have tools that would be able to break through the vault's 30-inch steel-reinforced concrete walls. After about 10 hours, the firefighters got through. 10 hours to get through more than 2 feet of concrete. Then they reached the steel plating. But they decided not to go any further because the rescue attempts could actually harm the guy inside because all the torches would have sent like smoke inside the vault. So they'd have to use the torches, and it would affect the environment inside the vault, so they called that off.
That's a good thing. Did they think of that before they broke the concrete?
Guess what? Then 6 a.m., bing, door opens up.
It's crazy.
The man was freed unharmed, checked out, appeared to be fine. He didn't want to talk to reporters about his night in the vault.
I mean, yeah.
But how much damage? So the structural integrity, so through 30 inches of steel reinforced concrete, that is a lot. That's a big. So do you patch that? Do you put I mean, that's got to be an expensive repair job.
Wow.
The guy in the freaking vault.
Nobody knew. Nobody brought up, it's going to open up again in a few hours.
Few hours?
I feel-
12?
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy, but he would have been fine.
How about they set it to like every 2 hours?
Hey, dude, can Can you just wait? No, because they don't want the vault open in the middle of the night. That's part of the security and safety mechanism.
Opens up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm there with
Hey,
a mask.
Hey, dude, can you just wait until 6 a.m.? Just take a nap on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got a cell phone, watch a movie or something.
Your cell phone's going to die in there.
I don't know what kind of service you get inside. I don't know. Or you got to go to the bathroom. Just
Just go
insane.
Just whiz in the corner.
We got cleaning people.
Yeah.
Take care of it in the morning.
Exactly. What time? 9:18 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I got to see. Will my buddy Kyle come on? Let me send Kyle another text. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know if Kyle wants to talk about the worst thing to ever happen in his town's history.
Yeah, the shooting, the mass shooting up in Maine last night. My high school buddy, one of my best friends, lives not far from Lewiston, Maine, where the shooting happened. And again, the shoot. Is there anything new on the shooter? Is it still large or?
Manhunt is still underway.
Manhunt is still underway. Yeah, they haven't found him yet. But the deal is with this guy. He apparently had mental problems. Another one of these mass shootings where someone had access to a gun and they have mental problems. This guy apparently reported he's I guess a military veteran. He's in the National Guard Reserves, and he was treated. I got a little. This is the active shooter. This is from the Maine Information and Analysis Center. The dude was identified as Robert Card. Born in 1983, so
40 years old.
Yeah, 40, going on 41. Maybe he is 40. Anyway, he was determined to be a person of interest. They had surveillance cameras from, I guess, the bowling alley that he opened fire in. So they had very good pictures. Plus, he was driving a white Subaru, like a crossover. They had a picture of his car. According to law enforcement, Card recently reported mental health issues, to include hearing voices and threats to shoot up the National Guard base in, is it Saco, Maine? Card was also reported to have been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks during the summer of 2023. And some reports are saying that he reported that he was hearing voices in his head.
Okay, the summer of 2023 was a few weeks ago.
Yes. Just a couple of months ago.
Yeah, really.
A couple of months ago. He had mental treatment for hearing voices in his head and wanting to shoot up his base. How did this guy have any access to a weapon? A lot of these shootings, you have people that are mentally unstable. That's a major problem.
I read an interesting article on Reddit.
Also, he's a certified firearms instructor. Just a terrible story with at least, I guess, 20. Is 22 still the latest number? And then 50 to 60 injured. Some might have been hurt fleeing and stampeding, but went to numerous locations. Just a terrible story. During the break, I'm going to see if my buddy Kyle
can come on with us.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a buzz during the break because his wife is in the medical profession. I think that she rushed to the hospital to assist.
Oh, man.
So, yes, Fester.
Froggy, what did you read on Reddit?
Oh, there's an article that a guy wrote 6 months ago, and it's why I fear Maine is going to have a horrible mass shooting coming up soon.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's all about the mental health issue there, and it's apparently really bad.
God. All right, hold on.
They called it.
Let me see if I can get my buddy Kyle on live from Maine next. We'll see. Final chunk of the MJ Morning Show in minutes here on Q105. in the Ice Palace or Amalie Arena.
Sure.
I guess some of the Advent ads would run in there. So, man, great little catchy song. I don't know how well they did commercially, when they were a band, because that song's from 2015. I think they're doing better just licensing their music to like commercials. That thing, man, that'll get you going. All right, so my buddy Kyle said he would come on. We're going to call Kyle in just a moment. Well, you know what? Hang on. It's 9:29, almost 9:30. Let me get Kyle on the phone. Then we've got the candy warning coming up. Oh, got a couple of candy warnings coming up. You hear about the Taco Bell haircut, Fester?
No.
Yeah, Taco Bell haircut. What about these punks in Hillsborough County trying to rip off Home Depot for $15,000? Did you hear what their little scheme was?
Punks.
We'll get to this coming up in just a bit in the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show. Let me get my buddy Kyle on. Kyle's a longtime friend going back to, I think, 14 years old? Yeah, I think back in junior high. I guess I knew him from, junior high. I think it goes way back. So Kyle is up near Lewiston, Maine, where this maniac went on a shooting spree. 207, calling his cell number. All right, calling Kyle. He should be standing by. His wife is in the medical profession and had to go in on the, obviously the emergency last night.
Hello.
Kyle, MJ, Todd, your old pal live. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
I think it's really cool. So I saw Kyle, I guess we were driving through Maine about 5 years ago. We went to Kyle's house, had a great time. It was fantastic. And really kind of cool. The whole crew, my good friends from junior high and high school. Froggy, man, how much did you just smoke in the dude? That is some strong stuff. What was that? How much, dude?
I just had a puff of a cigar.
My God,
I don't even have anything.
Holy
MJ,
crap! My
we
God,
have
it's
Kyle
not
on the line.
Concentrate on Kyle.
It's 9:30, not 4:20. What did you just do?
It's 4:20 somewhere.
My
somewhere
God,
it is,
you
yes.
are just.
Man, lay off me. It's been a long day.
All right, I'm sorry. All right.
4:20 in
It's
Guam.
illegal in Florida.
Well,
Medical
marijuana is, and yes, and Froggy does have a medical marijuana
That's right.
card.
I have many
Yeah.
issues.
My God, he just walks into the studio and like a blast wave hit me.
You're welcome.
Oh my God! I mean, dude, this is the strongest that you've oded up good in a long time.
I got Snoop's new stuff.
What is this variety that you're smoking?
Snoop Dizzles.
What?
Snoop Dogg's own stuff. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Oh my God! Anyway,
right. Sorry,
so,
Kyle.
on a much more serious note, it's really kind of cool because my childhood pals from junior high and high school, we've all kind of kept in touch kind of separately, but we've kind of rekindled. And about a year and a half ago, we started a text group, and we've got like 5 of us in this text group, and we communicate like it's almost like every day or a couple times a week, and it's great. So reconnecting with friends that you've known for 40 something years, I think it's fantastic.
Sounds like a real Miller Lite commercial.
All right,
Yeah,
so
great.
the reason why I wanted Kyle on is Kyle texted our group last night. I'm traveling from Kansas City to Atlanta, then Atlanta back to Tampa last night after doing that TV shoot for the Holland Group in Topeka yesterday, and I'm on the last leg of the flight. I'm on Delta, a 757 from Atlanta back down to Tampa. And, of course, you log into the Delta Wi-Fi, you get texts on the airplane, and suddenly, Kyle starts rolling out, shooting one location, multiple people, then second location, third location. And, Kyle, you're informing us what was going on. I'm immediately going to all the news sites, the national stuff, nothing. I go to the Portland TV stations like WGME and all the Portland, nothing, zero. And it was like over an hour and a half before the local Portland stations had what you had heard. Now, Kyle, how did you hear about this shooting spree?
Well, we were preparing dinner and sitting down, and my wife is an ultrasonographer at the hospital that's literally about a quarter of a mile from where the shooting took place.
Oh, God.
And one of her coworkers her husband is a LEO for Lewiston Police Department, and the phone just blew up basically and said he's going in. Joe has to go in to respond to a mass shooting. And then all of a sudden, it just went from there. And then my son-in-law owns a Harley dealership just down the street, literally a quarter of a mile from the bowling alley. And he picked up on it, and then it just took off from there. But you're right, it was about an hour, because I checked GME and CSH and the local stations. Nobody had picked anything up, and it was just unfolding. So it was about an hour in, and
then we find out that this guy Card is the person of interest, the shooter apparently, and he's still on the lam. Whether he's alive, whether he went in the woods somewhere and offed himself, we don't know. But Kyle, to hear an update that he was treated for mental health issues over the summer after threatening to shoot up his National Guard base, and that he was hearing voices in his head. Again,
it just makes you shake your head, Todd.
It really does. And you look at the bulk of these mass shootings, and the main thread that they have in common is most of them are mental health and mental illness situations.
Yeah. It's a complete shock to everybody, obviously.
I mean, this doesn't happen. Now, what's the little town where you live?
I live in Turner, which is about 10 clicks north. My wife's about 10 minutes from the hospital when she's on call. So
wow.
I took her in last night as everything was unfolding, and took her in because they had an emergency plan.
I'm sure, like the amount of law enforcement and emergency vehicles you passed must have been enormous going to the hospital.
Yeah, I followed an ambulance in actually coming in from my town. So a lot of the towns responded. with resources that they had. And
Now, Kyle, did you know anybody? Now,
yeah, go ahead.
The word is that I think the last I saw was 22 deceased and 50 to 60 injured, probably people running and scrambling as well, not all shot. Did you know anyone that was in the melee?
Well, no, not personally, but I just commented that we're all going to know somebody. And my son-in-law said that one of his former employees lost a niece last night.
Oh my God! Yeah. So what's going to happen is, as the story unfolds,
You're a few degrees away from knowing somebody. And the other thing is that my stepson Ethan frequents that Shemengi's pool hall all the time because it's a great sports bar. People go there and just have beers after work or whatnot. So he hangs out there with his buddies on occasion. And we've gone by, I've taken our kids to the bowling alley, where the other incident occurred. And myself and some of my friends here will just, have impromptu bowling. We'll say, hey, let's go throw some balls. And, so it's all very too familiar, unfortunately.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is the horrible story settles in that, like you said, numerous degrees of separation. People are going to know people, friends, relatives.
This place is a small place, and the unfortunate thing is this nut job is still out and about. And, Maine, once you get out of Lewiston proper, it gets woodsy real fast. My town doesn't have a stoplight. So.
Yeah, listen, I've been to your house. I can attest to that. Michelle and I, last summer we were through. We drove a good portion of Maine.
Yeah, it's forested. So if the guy's hanging out in the woods, then it's going to be tough. So.
I mean, so many red flags on this guy. It's just a shame that it comes to this and that he had access to a weapon. It's just an awful situation.
Yeah, it really is. I think that's going to be the Monday morning quarterback situation here is, what in the world was this guy doing with, any kind of weapon?
Yeah, threatening to shoot up his National Guard base. Apparently he's a weapons training expert and heard voices in his head. That's not a good combination. Kyle, thank you, buddy, man. It's great to reconnect with you. And so are we going to do the whole gang trip with our whole bunch of friends to meet somewhere and have some kind of a Stand By Me reunion or something?
Well, yeah, sure. Let's. I'm up for going skiing. If you can keep your thumb out of the snow, Froggy, do you think you can help him keep his thumb in shape?
Well,
'cause apparently he likes to fall on his thumb.
No. I hit a tree.
He hit a tree, Kyle. Get it right.
Hey, it could have been worse. It could have been a Sonny Bono situation.
I got advice for you could keep your thumb.
You're supposed to ski between the trees, not into them.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for telling me. Kyle, buddy, listen, best of luck to you and your community. And I'll be in touch, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Godspeed, man. Take care.
All right, bye-bye. My buddy Kyle up in Maine, just in the Lewiston area where this horrible situation unfolded yesterday. A couple of things that we get out of here. I saw this on Fox's website. The Spring Hill man arrested. Deputies found candies laced with drugs in the home, according to the Hernando County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, that's the kind of thing where you could get some candy that was accidentally distributed to kids on Halloween. We're gonna start hearing the stories again about marijuana edibles accidentally got mixed in with the candy, and that has happened. The whole needles and razor blades that very rarely happens, and that's like
so rare.
That's a big urban legend. But no, these days the danger is edibles, like marijuana-infused candies that end up in some kids' trick-or-treat, the plastic pumpkin head bucket,
It's quite a treat.
Yeah, so Hernando County Sheriff's Office arrested a guy on Tuesday, found numerous drug items in his house, and they were packaged to look like everyday candy. Instead of the Kit Kat, the label was Kush Cat.
Ooh.
Jeez. Instead of Almond Joy, Almond Weed. Instead of Milky Way, Milky Weed.
That makes sense.
Very creative namers here.
Jeez. According to the Hernando County Sheriff's Office, Vice and narcotics detectives responded to a home on Highgate Road in Spring Hill.
Of course it's Highgate.
On Tuesday for reports of possible drug sale activity. going back to March. When they knocked on the door, detectives were met by Tana Charlson, 23, who said he lived in the home with a roommate but was unable to provide his name. What, you don't know your roommate's name? Detectives also reported an overwhelming smell of marijuana.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, just like I just had when Froggy came back from the parking lot a few minutes ago.
Allegedly, conjecture.
Yeah. It's conjecture.
You're leading.
Yeah, leading the witness.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was questioned about the odor, Charleston said that there was marijuana inside the home, but it's not a grow house. He then asked the detectives to get his things and leave, which detectives approved, but he picked up a rolled marijuana joint along with his vehicle keys, and that led to his detention. Yeah, let me grab this joint. Grab the joint along with your keys right in front of the cops, you idiot. Detectives entered the home, observed narcotics, paraphernalia. Later sweep, they found many drug items disguised to represent everyday household items and candy items. Wow. Found a Glock pistol, 30-round mag, ammunition, 20 pounds of marijuana, powdered cocaine.
Jeez.
And other paraphernalia. So this dude faces several charges as a convicted felon, including trafficking cocaine. Anyway, big old mess. But the big headline is a bunch of weed-infused candies that were disguised to look like the actual brand name regular candy that we know, like Kit Kat, Milky Way, Almond Joy, Nerds.
Yeah, but there was no indication he was going to pass this stuff out on Halloween or anything.
Oh, yeah, that was all personal use.
Hey, one other candy story. Consumer Reports said yesterday they found concerning levels of lead and cadmium, which are heavy metals, in a third of various chocolate products that it tested recently. Yeah, they report products tested, 7 categories: dark chocolate bars, milk chocolate bars, cocoa powder, cocoa chocolate chips, mixes for brownie. Anyway, the products found to contain excessive metal included a dark chocolate bar and hot chocolate mix from Walmart, cocoa powder from Hershey's and Drosti.
Okay.
Semi-sweet chocolate chips from Target and hot chocolate mixes from Trader Joe's, Nestle, and Starbucks. Well, that's not good.
What about the Cadbury eggs? Are they available yet?
CAD, Cadbury, cadmium. No, I don't see. Guess what? I don't see any Cadbury or any of that on the list here.
That joke would just write itself.
Cadmium right over. This is pretty bizarre. Former Taco Bell employee snapped a photo of a haircut being given in a Taco Bell kitchen in Kokomo.
Really?
What the hell?
That's where you want to go.
Yeah, you're not supposed to give haircuts in the back in the Taco Bell kitchen in Kokomo, Indiana. Way down in Kokomo,
Indiana.
Yeah. Shampoo, a haircut. Maybe you want to blow dry.
Thank God you said dry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the picture has been circulating on social media. It shows a Taco Bell employee giving another a haircut in the kitchen of a Taco Bell. Is that gross? That is nasty.
They have like a trash bag around the person getting the haircut.
So apparently the former employee snapped the photo when they were still an employee, but was fired after taking the photo and circulating it. That's how they became a former employee.
Hair tacos.
Yeah.
Oh, yummy.
Yes. Can I get the hair chalupa, please?
You bet you can.
Oh, man.
Just wait a second.
Yeah, and then before we get out of here, see the 2 guys at Home Depot in Hillsborough County? 2 guys accused of ripping Home Depot off for over $15,000. Tools, breakers, switches. They were loading up like Rubbermaid trash cans that they got in the store and loading the trash cans up with product to then secretly get the crap out of the store.
You go through self-checkout and you just ring up one trash can and you're like, all right, guys, see you later.
Should ask Shaq to pay for it.
Today at the Home Depot, load up a Rubbermaid trash can with as much crap as you can jam in there. It's Shopliftapalooza at Home Depot. Come on, the retail theft thing is outrageous. I've got zero tolerance for it. It's disgusting. It is hideous. And it's got to be stopped. It is out of freaking control. And it's jacking up prices for all of us. I saw Sheriff Cronister spoke about this. Tuesday around 1:30 p.m., Home Depot staff at the East Adamo Drive location. Noticed 2 men filling the trash can with boxes with stolen items, trying to leave without paying. Employees approached Elaine Sanchez Garcia, 41, and Leonardo Nunez Portal, 39 from Miami. They only tried to pay for the trash cans. That was the gimmick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're buying the trash cans, but guess what? They jammed all kinds of stuff in the trash can. Over $15,000. And you know what? When they were booked at the Hillsborough County Jail, should have played this music right here.
Yep.
You try to steal from Home Depot, you're going to end up with a free ride to Orient Road.
It was actually pretty close. They were at the Adamo Drive location.
Oh, it's very close.
Yeah.
Oh, very Falkenberg and Adamo are very close down there, yeah.
I'm sure the sheriff's office appreciated that.
Oh, absolutely. But the retail crime is out of control. Folks, we got to go. All right, and I gotta head to New York now.
Oh.
Yeah, so Fester's going to drop me off at the airport. So just
Fester a tip?
Yeah, we're back live all next week, all right? So great best of scheduled for tomorrow. It's NYU Parents Weekend, so I got to head up because we got the events and things we got to do for Julian, who's a freshman at NYU. So NYU Parents Weekend and great best of. And for most of you, you haven't heard the material. So tomorrow, the show will be new to you because a lot of folks haven't heard what will be coming up in the best of. And then we're all back together live all next week here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Folks, have a great day. Oh, follow my Instagram. I'm sure I'll put some good stuff up over the weekend. I'm Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And folks, let's be careful out there. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Of course, with the best of.